Welcome to the Dice Dragons Guild in this fall. We unite under one banner.
Oh, shit.
Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Hey.
Oh, heck.
No.
I know good.
All right. Oh, that's
14.
Real nice.
Hey.
Oh, that's
Oh, is that new?
No, I've had it a while, but I don't use it all the
You
time.
holding on?
But I'm in that kind of mood today. I think I got this for Mother's Day. And I got a 14.
14. 1. 4.
9.
9.
18.
8.
Oh,
Julie.
okay. All right.
I wooed my dice again.
All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our story. Apologies in advance if the audio is off sync. I'm not going to say it every time because it's probably going to be every time, but
Just have to make a little graphic on the bottom.
sorry if it's out of sync.
Sync.
Well, but
Disclaimer.
then
Yeah.
when I edit it, it gets fixed. So sorry for the live streamers that are seeing it out of sync. But thank you for joining us. I'll start, I guess, with the names. I am Izzi, the lore master of the Eleothis campaign, and with me I have.
Hi, I'm Julie. I play Kethra. I was not expecting that.
We forgot about this
Hey, I
new
forgot about it.
requirement for playing.
I am Patrick. I play Kai.
I'm Adam. I play Eldon.
I'm Cuba. I am Ayla.
I'm Amanda, and I am Iolite.
All right, and we are playing D&D 5e. And continuing with our Eleothis, The Woven Fates campaign. We are YouTube partners. We are making our way to that 4,000 hours of watch time and get to that second level. But right now we do offer memberships, and you can watch our after sessions, whether you're a patron on our Patreon or a member of our YouTube. You can also come hang out with us in Discord. And let's see what else. On Twitch, I turned them back on, I think. You can offer re-rolls and lucky rolls and auto successes and whatnot with your channel points, so you can go ahead and do that. And I'm really rocking this. For our merch, you can go to tinyurl.com/DDG merch, and you can get some of the fun stuff that we are wearing, our Live by the Die, Die by the Die.
It's all right, me. You're the alumni.
I have our old merch.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Sorry.
Half points.
And rep our motto. For cons and events, or just events that we're having, tomorrow Enclave is returning to our channel, live stream 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time with the creator Robbie Howell. We have players Fitz, Kat, and Detour, who is new to our channel. And Fitz is actually going to be new to playing on our channel, so looking forward to that.
We had a couple people,
True.
3 or 4 new people in the Discord too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we had a bunch of new folks. I'm not actually sure how they found us, but we're happy that you did. It sounds like it was word of mouth, which again is awesome.
And they're interacting, which is fun.
Yes. Our tiny little corner of the internet. You can always catch this as a VOD on YouTube. I'll have it up probably by Tuesday, and then we stream it again here on Thursdays, which may or may not stick around because that's a long day for me. And then podcast version goes up next Monday. So patrons, YouTube subscribers, or members, you get early access to that. Anything I'm forgetting?
I'm just curious, at what point in this whole thing do we all get matching Dice Dragon tattoos? What do we have to hit?
Whoa.
What do we have to hit to get that?
When it becomes a job.
When this can pay for the tattoos, I guess.
Right, yes.
That's fair.
Yep.
I like that.
That's a good bar.
Yeah,
The
there we go.
tattoos pay for themselves.
Indeed. Well, without further ado, we shall begin our tale. In a march both cautious and deliberate, you traverse in self-chosen blindness, A singular cord, your only guide down this ancient corridor, chiseled from the belly of the earth. The air hangs heavy with the remnants of electricity, the thrumming energy of currently unseen sentinels embedded within the walls. Your eyes remain shut, sealed by necessity, for to open them would invite the wrath of the stone eye's gaze, a fury of lightning ready to strike at a blink. Step by step, your hands slide along the rope's gritty lifeline. For some among you, the darkness is an old companion, worn as comfortably as a favored cloak.
I wonder who she's talking about. Wouldn't be the warlock.
Arguably, I would look at you as well, Kethra. In these stretched thin moments, even amidst the uncertainty, you ponder the familiarity of the literal or figurative dark in your life. Yet for others, confidence once came with clear sight and sure footing, a belief you were heading in the right direction. Now a tested theory in these dim depths. But all of you, bound by purpose, press on through the sunken halls of a temple where the Dryad's destiny dangles in doubt. Side by side with those who were once strangers, now allies, forged in the crucible of shared peril, each one of you is a strand in the tapestry of the woven fates, entwined by chance or destiny with souls brave enough to stake their lives on newfound bonds. And the daughter of one of the biggest cartels on the continent.
And Don Corleone's daughter.
A recap, if you will. You were deposited within the entrance room of the temple by a whirlpool portal, discovered a new companion, Valoria Duskridge,
Little V.
the daughter of the cartel leader who blackmailed, coerced, threatened you into this mission. You were attacked by an ooze elemental after trying to view the sigils and carvings upon the walls. After escaping the ooze, you came across the corrupted bodies of humanoid-like figures enveloped by the black goo, who whispered, "The seed," pleadingly, before being pulled back into the walls. You attempted to avoid, but were greeted by zombie bullywugs, whose demise, punctuated by necrotic explosions, saw Therahtrix shunted from the material plane. Valoria proved herself not only to be not entirely worthless, but still ended up pushing her luck with Kethra and was pushed into a hallway guarded by stone eyes who blinked in time with those closest to them and shot lightning each time their lifeless lids touched. Hence the plan concocted to shoot an arrow across the hall, tethered to a rope, and then walk with eyes closed to the end. And that is where we rejoin you. Your steps, all not quite echoing, but you can hear each other.
Minis.
Maybe.
I'll spot that over there.
You can hear your companion's steps kind of like shuffling along. The leader of this group, Eldon, your foot touches something squishy near the end, which you knew and saw to be the remnants of another exploded bullywug form. And you just let your companions know. It's almost like a game of kind of telephone down the line as you step down onto the first step, not yet daring to open your eyes, as it's unclear at what point the blinking could cause your companions trouble. And there's a moment where, like, for each of you, those of you who are interested in knowing, like thinking about this bullywug and the fact that it made it this far, but Kai, I would say more specifically, like as your foot touches this what's remains of this body, you kind of think back to in the water when you were fighting and how the eye would like slowly blink and then open. So maybe it made its way all the way down the hall and then just kind of like blink, blink. And because of how infrequently and not really out of necessity, more of just that muscle memory, that might make sense. And your feet all touch the top stair as you go in line, and you find yourselves finally, after exiting that hallway, the last of you, who would be at the end?
I forgot what the order was. I
I
think
think it went Eldon, Kai, Kethra, and then I think V was in the middle.
I was next to her, I think. Or I was trying to be.
So Isla's in the end.
Looks like it's
That
you.
would be the end, I guess.
Well, that tracks with your one, right? So at the very end, you place your feet down on the step, like letting go of the rope that would kind of, at a certain point, be up above your heads as you head down the stairs.
Did you hold the rope with your tail?
nah, there's no need to.
No need. And
Not
then
monkey.
tracing your hand down the wall itself, finding no little spikes that prevent you from kind of cheating in the hallway, you end up in a 15 by, what would that be? 30-foot room, give or take, 35, 40 feet. Valoria steps down as you all open your eyes, still in this like dim but not quite dark. There are still those lights that almost look like bubbles kind of embedded in the walls, intentionally placed there to give light. And Valoria opens her eyes finally, and deep breath. Wow. We made it. That was harrowing.
So far, so good.
And as you get to view this room, you notice three things in particular. First thing that you notice is that there does not appear to be a door or another hallway in this room. Instead, on the, I believe it is the southern wall, you see a large portal. It looks like a portal. Hold on, let me pull up my description here. You see a large pool of like dark swirling water that is tall. It reaches from the ground to the ceiling. The ceiling is probably about 10 feet or so in this room. It's black right now, but just swirling as if a whirlpool of sorts.
So it looks like black whirlpool water.
Yeah. It looks as though it should be dripping down out of it, but it doesn't. It's just there, swirling. Behind, as you turn around, you see these etched kind of carvings in the wall that are shaped like arrows, 4 in line, all facing on this curved semicircular wall, facing towards the hallway that you just came from. And that's it. There's bits of still that black goo along the wall, but a lot less of it here than you saw earlier in the space. And that's it in this space.
Where are the arrows?
I think it's
on
those.
The arrows are,
So
on
if
the
we
northern
turn
wall.
completely the opposite direction of the vortex, then there's
they're
4
on the back to the
arrows.
hall. Let me
So
switch them.
it's like an exit sign.
What are you all doing?
Well, clearly there is only one way to go. Perhaps we all go through at the same time. Just to make sure we do not end up in different places.
The etchings, are they all facing the same direction?
They are. They're all facing the same direction, facing back to.
That now I'm getting
Hold on, I'm just
glare
gonna-
where I can't see it. You know?
Yeah, we can move those. They are all facing to the north, and they all face the arrows themselves. The etchings are facing back to the hallway.
Hesitant to touch anything.
There is nothing to touch. There is just that.
Who is everyone kind of looking around? Are you all staring at this pool of water? What's everyone doing?
Kai's gonna investigate the arrows, see if there are any markings or anything around them, or if the stones look any different.
Okay. Going over to those markings, you can see that it appears that they are like raised, as if you could maybe push them into the wall. The markings around them, nothing that looks like language of any kind. It's more just almost decoration. They are carved in such a way that unless you were to touch them, you wouldn't be sure, but it does appear that pushing them in may result in something.
It appears as though the arrows, they may be some sort of mechanism, or they might move if we press them.
I am not touching it.
Can I look at the other walls to see if there's anything else in there?
Yeah, you take a look at the other walls. You can see that there's still more of the carving and basically like the language that you saw throughout the rest. A little bit of the ooze, like kind of hanging off of the plant life that is growing out of the walls here. One thing that you take away from looking at this is it appears that sometimes this room, or maybe this entire temple, is underwater. Like the plants that you see here are not necessarily those that you would see growing outside of water-based areas. So the fact that this is dry right now, and like looking around, it looks like it's been dry for a while. You don't see any remnants of water having pooled here or sat here, but the plant life that is now blackened, at least on the edges, could be underwater plant life as well.
Okay. I will relay that observation to everyone else. Do we think that the arrows make the water come back out of the portal? I don't know.
That is a possibility.
Do you think this passage gets flooded the same way that cavern did? That magical water through the tunnels?
Well, why would it be dry now?
Because I don't know. Because no one's pushing the buttons.
But
I don't
only
know.
this portion was dry.
Yeah.
The
That
hallway was dry as well.
Right,
Oh,
that's what I
that,
mean.
yes.
We came up,
Right.
And came out.
and,
sorry.
and it's been, this section of this temple is not underwater.
This also doesn't look like regular water. Observing the wall, the swirl of black water.
Does this swirl look like the one that brought us here on the surface, just smaller?
No. You also, I had forgotten to mention, that beating sound that you had heard.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yes, there it is. It is back. It's slightly different because I needed to get a different sound. But it is stronger here. You can hear it just echoing throughout, like feel it in yourself. Even as you were crossing that hallway, you could feel that there's this like deep, bassy sound that's coming through the space that you're in. getting a little bit closer to the portal that you see swirling around, you do hear a very, very light humming sound that is coming from it. And I'm going to say, Kethra, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. 18.
Okay. Nice. You feel yourself, out of everyone, drawn to this portal.
Oh, that.
Like, everyone's here in this room, and you can see people are kind of like wandering around, but you in particular, that humming sound is almost like calling you towards it. But you're able to just kind of hold on to your own self and not be kind of beckoned forth. I'm gonna have everybody make an investigation check.
Fuck you. It's 2 in a row.
12,
20.
20,
14.
14, 1,
11.
2.
11.
11.
Okay. So, a few minutes of hanging out here. You know what? You have a companion with you. You have a choice to make, but you also, in this moment, have a time. Like, kind of sitting there, Valoria goes back and looks up the stairs as you all are meandering about. And she's just kind of looking up, keeping an eye out. There's a lot of decisions to make here about, are you going to touch something? Are you going to walk through something? What are you doing? So that you have time right now to also think about it. So do you take like an hour? Do you take a short rest mechanically? Or are you trying to move forward?
How badly hurt is everybody?
Let's take the short rest. Help me a little bit, guys. Okay. That would help. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit.
All right.
Let's do it.
And then I will
Let's do it.
I will perform, while everyone thinks, I will perform the Song of Rest. You can add 1d6. You can add 6 extra hit points to your healing.
Can we do that before we decide how many hit dice?
I think it's only if you're already rolling hit dice. Like it's extra.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Spend 1 or more hit
So
dice.
add 6,
you can add 1d6. You can add a 6 to whatever you do.
So your hit die is a d8.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the d8. Add your Constitution modifier and 6. Your modifier is 2, so it's 7, 6. So you get 13 points of healing. If you want to add more, you can roll another
Alright.
d8.
Oh, that's pretty sufficient, thank you. I'll take that, thank you.
What does the Song of Rest look like, sound like?
I think because there's the acoustics in this chamber are nice.
And you have a bass beat
and
already in the background.
bass is, give me the bass.
It's very slow, but
She sings this chilling sea shanty. Yeah.
okay.
But it's more like a higher pitch to take advantage of the acoustics of the voice bouncing off the walls and around us.
Okay, I just have to remember that.
Just a tale of a navigator
Okay.
over his head. He didn't hear. Just a tale of the ghost of a navigator.
So as you all,
I just caught that. Sorry, I was trying to do some math,
No.
and I just caught that.
you all kind of like
Never killed
Take
an
a-
albatross.
take a moment, sit down. A couple of you like looking over at the arrows, looking at the portal. Kethra, why don't you go ahead and roll a d6, and we're gonna see who is going to do a bond reveal or bad blood.
2.
2. Kai.
Sorry.
You can roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
$15.
Okay. That is a reveal. So you are all sitting here. You get to choose who you want to do a scene with to reveal something. It can be something about you. They can reveal something about themselves. But as you sit in this room, just taking a moment to rest, what is Kai doing?
So while we're taking the short rest, Kai is going to be pacing around the arrows, back and forth, just like examining them with his eyes up and down. And
You can always roll a d6 too.
I was actually going to ask if I could roll a d6.
Or I guess a d4, right? Or unless you want Valoria to be in that group.
Actually, yeah, let's do a d4.
I don't want to talk to her. He's like, I don't want to talk to her.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
2.
No.
Ayla.
I am singing your health back. Leave me alone.
So, how do we want to start this? As you're singing, Kai will...
I mean, I doubt it's for a full hour, right? It's not an hour-long song.
I'm not thinking about anything. I'm looking at the swirl. He's humming at the song. At this
Harmonizing with the buzz.
Ooh, you don't want him to do that in real life.
So, lots happened in a short amount of time.
Point. It has felt like a year.
Do you think about your sister often?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I have a sister also.
You've mentioned that before, right? I didn't remember if that was out of game or in game or only to her. Yes.
You two are close when you were young.
Yes. I mean, we are all considered brothers and sisters, but she, was very close. Even physically, she was similar color. She was a deeper red, much like my mother. Are you thinking of family while we are down here?
Well, when you get close to death, can't help but think of family, mistakes, regret.
Yeah, that is true. And you are regretting something right now?
Sometimes I can be a bit impulsive. Perhaps emotional. Try my best to keep it together, but my sister was someone that I could trust. Have you ever lost faith in finding your sister, trusting that your bond isn't the same as it once was.
I will be honest, I have or had resigned myself to never hearing her again. Once you are taken, you could be anywhere in the world. But it very much sounds like she had some involvement with the Guardian's disappearance. How, why, I do not know. I would like to think that she was forced to do things that against her will, but what if she has changed? It has been a decade. I do not know what they have done, the type of person that she is now.
People do a lot of things to try and stay alive, try and get themselves ahead. Before I left, I told you all that I killed someone. That I lost control, but I didn't tell you why.
We are listening.
She spied on me, and that is something that is expected coming from where I come from. But when I questioned her, it was my sister who asked her to spy on me.
That's common amongst your society?
Not amongst me and my sister. What I want to ask you is, do you think you could forgive your sister for the things that she's done? Is it worth it?
I would like to say yes. But I truly do not know. I believe there is a deep bond with all kin. You should be able to forgive. I would like to think that I would be able to forgive. But we do not know what we are capable of until we are faced with it.
I don't know if I can. Every time I think of it, I just get so angry.
That is understandable. But perhaps your time away you will learn how to control the anger and how to perhaps redirect it. In time, maybe you will be able to face your sister and forgive.
I hope that one day I have the same outlook on the world as you do. I have a real hard time seeing this world other than as predators and prey.
You sound like you come from a harsh land. Yamari, although in turmoil, perhaps will do you some good in the end.
Perhaps. Perhaps it will. Don't give up on your sister. And I won't give up on mine.
This I can agree to.
Well, at least on that, we have found common ground.
We have. It is a good day.
Try not to get yourself killed.
I try to do that every day. You as well. You've been looking at those for quite a while now. Has anything come to your mind?
It could be some kind of mechanism for the water, for a passage, but there's only one way really to find out.
We literally are up against a wall. Is anyone else good with puzzles?
It's never my strength. Be too lucky to hope that it would shut those eyes off.
Does the beating sound, like, is it just coming in general, or is there a direction? Does it resonate more on one end of this room than the other, or?
You feel, how about this? We're going to go with a perception check for feeling the possible direction of the pulse.
Do better than the other dice. Nat 20. 22.
Much better.
You take a moment and stand there thinking about...
Kai's pep talk was our heart to heart.
Thinking about the way a heart beats. You are kind of brought back to that moment when you utilized the Starlight's tear around your neck and you felt that like pulse that came out, and it was emanating from you, but you still felt it. It felt different than what you are experiencing right now. You take a moment and just kind of close your eyes again, and the next time one of the beats comes, you feel that it's like starting, you face the portal and you almost feel that it washes through you from the direction of the portal, but maybe a little bit off to your right, facing it. Like it's coming in waves, not necessarily from the portal itself, but from the direction of it from the south. You feel it just kind of move through you and down your tail and out the back. It's resonating from deeper forward.
The beat is coming from this direction. I do not know if that means it is through this vortex or simply outside of this temple. We either take the risk of walking through it, or we take the risk of seeing what these arrows do. I suppose the water could come in, or perhaps it changes the hallway in some way. I can mage hand, so none of us have to physically touch it.
Valoria goes over to Kethra. Actually, she's got a little like water
The
satchel.
balls on her.
And she walks up to Kethra and is like, just offers out her water skin. My brain. Her water skin. Like totally confident. No like timid movements at all. She just comes over and like is listening to and just kind of offers it up to you.
She goes, thank you, and she'll put her hand on her and go, I don't know what we're doing next, and she's going to cast Bark Skin on her to improve her AC to 16.
How long does that last?
I think an hour or something like that.
Okay.
An hour is like, I don't know what we're doing, but this will help you get through it.
She
Good job in the hallway, kid.
she like looks down and you see the like kind of crackling almost of when a tree's bark.
Now I have to exfoliate.
She's like, ooh, it feels tingly.
I'm like, well, that'll help you. So that'll help you not to get killed. And good job taking one for the team in the hallway.
Thanks. See, I'm a good team member.
Keep her around. It's like, do you think that's dangerous?
Will be. Kethra will say to her, yes, you proved you're not useless, but bring it down a notch.
I mean, I'm going to try, but that's not really in my nature. So, you know,
Yeah,
we might have to work on, like, everyone else kind of meeting me a little bit more than halfway, because that's really
You
what I'm
have to
used
meet
to on
us
this line.
halfway, sweetheart.
I can get, like, 25% of the way there.
You're gonna have to push to 50, honey. Sorry.
As they keep going back and forth, she's like, well, I mean, maybe like 33%.
Do the arrows, are they like this on the wall?
They're
or
in a
like this?
line, horizontal, one after another line, straight across.
So they're like this.
Yes.
And they all look like they can be pushed individually, or
They all individually look like they could be pushed. Yes. They're more of almost like a triangle as well, less an arrow, but triangles facing. Like there isn't a line necessarily.
This plant life and goo and stuff on the wall, do any one of these look slightly cleaner than the others? Like it was pressed more recently?
No. No.
I love you. You put zombies in front of us, and we're like, we're doing things.
This is like this
you
gotta
give us
be.
4
I'm
little
not-
shapes on the wall.
There's
we're
somebody
like,
watching this going, "It's this combination. Just do it."
No, I mean, I just gave you 4 hour triangles on a wall facing in a direction.
What did the
so-
3 seashells do?
Is there anything anyone else wants to?
Ceiling, floor, anything remarkable?
Nondescript. Yeah, there's like little bits of the plant life hanging from the ceiling with the black ichor that's kind of been present throughout this entire space.
And they look like they're depressed, not like can turn in any way.
Right. It's just there does not appear to be any way. It's like you would need to push them in, and maybe they move, maybe they don't. That's what it looks. That's what it appears to be.
We should prepare ourselves for being underwater again. Does anybody have a way for everybody else to breathe? Just in case.
I think
forget how many.
who took the? I know
We took a thing, but I don't
Kethra's
know.
fine.
Potion. I have the necklace.
Water breathing, I believe, lasts 8 hours, or was it 1 hour?
Air bubble
Oh, air bubble.
is what I used.
Oh, air
24 hours.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
24 hours.
So we're still here with this air
So-
bubble.
Yeah.
You're like
Well, technically,
you're like
if it's
Sandy
air,
from
we wouldn't-
SpongeBob.
It's so light. It's like you don't even feel it's there.
Yeah, Kethra should be fine. Valoria is not, but
She's a tree now. She floats.
Kai does not need to breathe, and then you took a potion. Correct?
No, I have that necklace.
Oh, you have the necklace. Yeah.
So
So,
what can we
Valoria
give
is your
her?
Valoria is your weak link. She just kind of looks around at all of you with a smile.
I think we have one more potion.
Oh right.
What's
I
up?
think I took. I have a potion. You have one because you didn't. You used
Did I
cast
have
the
it?
air.
I didn't use
Didn't
it.
they give us
we-
3
How many do
potions?
we have?
We only had
From
two,
Cheese Cat.
We only had 2 water breathing potions.
And one's been used.
Kethra took one, and then I think you have the other one
I have
because
the
you
one.
said you had air bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we used air bubble
We
together.
used air
so
bubble,
you
but
still
I didn't
have
use
one.
the potion.
Okay.
All right. So I'll hand it to her,
She takes it.
and
If this starts, sorry.
yeah. If water starts coming in, take this. If not, wait and hold on to it until you need it.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. What are we doing?
I do not know. And I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Oh, first I say we back up a few feet. Let's say in the
Where are
middle
you
of the room.
going? Okay, so you're gonna stand in the middle of the room.
Because I don't know if water starts gushing this way.
Please do the thing like a little kid in an elevator does, where you like swipe the hand across all the buttons, like all the buttons.
Oh, you push the button. I push the button.
And
I
I'm
want
gonna
to go down the pod.
start
Go down the
with
hole.
Yeah, that's what
the
it was.
one furthest
You're gonna go
away.
for furthest away.
Like I'm
and
gonna go
press.
in the direction that the arrows are pointing. So if I'll start with that one, and if I'm gonna press them all, at least it'll be like they're all facing that way instead of going the opposite direction.
Okay. So you have your mage hand moves forward, and you have it. You watch this spectral hand just kind of come forward and pushes in the stone arrow recesses just slightly, but it stays that way. And you hear a very, very slight rumble from somewhere, very light, from somewhere out there.
Next one.
As you do each of the triangles in order from the right to the left, facing the hallway, each time the stone pushes in, you all feel a little rumble, but it gets a little bit deeper with the second one, and deeper again with the third, and on the fourth one, the rumble just kind of like stays, and it is ever present. There's just like deep rumbling sound, and you all stand there for a moment looking at each other, waiting for something. Nothing has changed in this room except that you begin to see water trickling down the steps from the hallway. And at first it starts very slowly, but then you start to watch it coming down, and that roar of water like rushing down the hall begins.
Okay.
Incoming.
The vortex then?
Can I pick up a loose stone and toss it at the vortex and see what happens?
Yes. So you take the stone, one of the pieces of rock from the side of this, and like throw it to the vortex. It hits it as if it's a solid surface and then clatters down. No change to the vortex itself. As the water is coming in, it's now up to about your waist. For Valoria, it's probably like just a little bit above that, and she looks at all of you. She's got the potion in her hand, and she's like,
No.
"What are we doing? What's happening?"
Drink it.
She pops it up as the water is coming up, and she drinks this water-breathing potion. You see the little, she's like, and she feels the little gills like popping open on the side of her neck. She's like, "Oh my god,
Gross, huh?
yeah, it's nasty."
Eldon will activate his necklace and resummon Therahtrix in his water form at this point.
Okay, summoning Therahtrix. What does that look like?
That's his thing. No hand movements. It's just he closes his eyes, and his eyes glow a lot like when he cast magic missile involuntarily that time.
Mm-hmm.
But they glow bright that you actually can see, like almost like see it through his eyelids, kind of.
Do like the scales like slowly start to like?
They actually, they darken. Yeah, they get like more dark and more green because usually they're really light, almost skin tone. But when he casts any kind of magic, they usually get like really prominent.
So Eldon's eyes glow, and the scales on the side of his head darken, and it's difficult to kind of see the moment when Therahtrix arrives because the water is coming down the stairs, kind of swirling around. You all have this momentary, like, slightly PTSD flashback of when you were in the Tide Hollows cave and the water was coming in. You're able to... It's not as violent as that. It's more like where's the water even coming from? You're not entirely sure because you have to come upstairs in order to come through. But Therahtrix just kind of appears in this swirl of foam and bubbles
On a surfboard.
His
Little boogie boy. Aw.
What's up, dudes?
as ever.
Cowabunga.
Eldon, the moment that you lose Therahtrix every time there's that momentary, that sense of loss, that like panic in your chest, the heart that feels like it stopped beating for a moment.
It's like that when you are at the bottom of a pool as a child too long. Like, well, that sounds bad. For the day when you go swimming and then when you come up, do you remember that feeling when you couldn't take it? Like it felt like later on that night, why can't I breathe correctly? Why can't I take a deep breath? That's how he feels whenever Therahtrix is on his other spiritual plane.
And when he appears, each time he's appeared due to being expelled from this plane through violence. He's come back stoic. And that feeling of sorrow and stoicism like arrives with him when he finally appears, and it takes him a moment, as you can see the water swirling around, and Valoria like ducks herself under the water just to get ready because it's coming in. And when Therahtrix finally is fully present in this space, you all kind of see as the water finally fills up the entire room. He before you all could kind of see the growth in this dragon, right now, as he has come back, Ayla especially, because in your mind that everyone's associating this dragon with you and the collar and all of that, he is notably larger.
Ah, shit. I'm so gonna pay a fine.
Even as you all are like in that moment of, trying to make sure that your adrenaline does not get a little bit out of control, as water rushing into a room is never an awesome sign, even if you have the ability to breathe in it. Getting used to that, you kind of look over and there's Therahtrix in his like water dragon form, long and lithe and quiet, and he's kind of swirling, like getting his bearings, but he is probably at full length, as tall as Eldon, 5-6 feet at this point. He's long, and when he stops to kind of take, what's the word I'm looking for? Again, I'm losing all my words. He's trying to just associate, make sure everybody's here. Those of you that kind of take a look at him under the water and are able to make eye contact, it's like he's older. Even in this moment, he's been gone for an hour and 20 minutes. But this is not the same dragon that left you. As
baby's growing up.
No.
Eldon, like,
what happens to him when he's in that other plane?
When you feel it, like he comes back,
Each
he
minute
looks.
is a year in our plane.
And he finally
It's like Jumanji.
Yeah.
No.
What year is it?
He finally is able to like find you, and he kind of like wraps his body much larger. Not quite at the point where you've seen your Drake Warden companions, where they're able to actually like ride their drakes as mounts and like scale walls and everything, but he is much bigger, and he just kind of wraps around very quietly, taking in. You can feel him taking in what's happening here, because he's just appearing out of nowhere.
When he wraps around and does, like, his head comes here, he'll do that, like, wrap around and, like, like a, like what you do with a large dog, even though he's not a dog,
Yeah,
like
he
the
just kind
forehead
of
to
holds
forehead.
on.
Like a bro hug. Like the dragon human equivalent of a bro hug.
And you are all floating now in this space full of water, feeling okay, because after that initial shock of not being able to breathe and then taking a first deep breath, except for Kai, you all have a moment of just like, okay, we're floating, and nothing has changed except the room is now full of water.
When he threw the rock, you said it bounced off that vortex like there was a wall, like it was a solid.
Yes.
Mage hand should still be up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go have it stick its finger at the...
You
see if water activated it?
like summon the hand over, and it floats through the water and then touches the portal. There is no change. This dark swirl, if anything, like the water has made it more difficult to see, but the wall appears to be just this entire swirling darkness.
But it's still a solid...
It's still solid as far as your mage hand is concerned, and there's still humming now. That it... At first, you had to get close, like within 5 feet to hear, and Kethra, is like you had approached earlier, you could hear the humming coming through. Now, with the water filling the space, it's just this hum that is permeating the entire room underwater.
I'd like to swim back over and look back down this hallway. I'm not going in it, but just look down
So you
there
kind
to
of
see if anything looks different.
swimming
or-
over and like pushing yourself on the wall to make sure that you don't go up
accidentally
too
like
high.
I'm drifting into the.
And keeping
I still have
yourself.
that image of you being like heavy and solid, like Earth Genasi.
Just walking along the
But
bottom.
walking on the bottom, but with like, do you remember the old schools like was it
It's the
1,000
dive
Leagues Under the
suits.
Sea?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like the hard like bubble
That
and
helmet.
like when you walk.
Yeah.
Lead in their
I'll
boots.
probably be walking.
You keep yourself just outside of where you believe the eyes would start to like actually look at you, and you see the eyes in the walls all looking at each other across the hall. No change to them, except that they can't. They're not looking at you.
All right then.
Like in case.
Little bubbles like escape from Valoria. She's like, was that what you all were expecting?
Kind of.
I guess.
I don't know. We were really expecting anything, to be honest.
The hum, you said like it's loud enough for everybody to hear now.
Yep, everyone can hear it.
Is it like in Harry Potter when he has to open the egg thing and it's like above water, it's just a screech, but underwater it's like a mermaid singing and you can understand it?
It's
like,
the same hum.
Okay, I didn't know if like now that the room is full of water because of the way that the sound
Nope.
goes, like it's something that's easy to like understand.
Kai's gonna slowly start walking towards the portal.
Okay. You slowly walk up to the portal. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at these. That's a 4.
Okay. You
Zombie.
you all watch Kai step forward and looking in
already
as
a
the hum
vampire.
begins
Zombie
to
vampire.
just penetrate into your brain. You get again that almost tunnel vision. Everything around goes dark and you are lost in the swirling darkness of this portal. And Kai just stops moving, staring at the portal.
Okay, stay away from the portal. Are the arrows on the wall still depressed or did they pop out?
Nope, they are all depressed into the wall. I'll have everyone else make an intelligence check. Watching Kai stay there, and Kethra, you get advantage on that.
It was a 19.
19,
19.
19,
Oh shit! Look at us.
18.
Oh, big brains.
Good, 'cause that sucked. That didn't make it any better.
It's alright. You're just too concerned with your booty call, man.
9.
Okay. Yeah, you see Kai is just standing there staring into this portal, not moving, and you had felt the hum earlier, but the focus is mostly on hoping that there's no, like, brain damage happening here. As Kai is
Hello. Catherine be like, hi.
he is unresponsive.
And she's gonna be like,
Honk.
and she reached down and grabs his ass.
If that don't pop him out of there,
Nothing.
nothing.
Not absolutely nothing.
Perhaps
Is-
pull him away from it.
And she'll go like this, try to yank.
Is he staring into it?
He is staring into it. We got 19s and an 18. I would say the rest of you sitting here looking at him, you feel like there's kind of two options here, or several. Oh, well, I guess there's a few options here. You haven't tried touching it yourselves. You see that Kai is standing there staring. You haven't tried kind of looking at it yourself, getting close enough to hear the hum. You are taking in the fact that pressing those in caused this room to fill with water, and one could deduce that if there was any kind of creature here, or humanoid more specifically, most likely, that is not supposed to be breathing underwater but makes their way into this space, this would be an area where they likely would not make it unless they have some kind of water breathing apparatus. And again, that's only a matter of time. Is this going to stay this way? How long does it stay this way? You don't know. But given that there's been no movement, the only thing that has happened is this area is filled with water. This portal appears to be your only way further. And this room makes you think that this is like you either move forward or this is the space where it causes you to go back because you have limited air and you got to get back to out of here. So this is almost like a gate of some kind.
I think taking note of Kai, I'm going to extend my hand toward it and kind of walk sideways, not looking at it, and like get to the portal.
Okay.
And just try getting a little closer to it, but not looking at it.
Okay.
Just to see if I feel anything.
Are you touching it?
I'm gonna see if how close I can get, or if anything's happening, I guess.
Okay. You kind of
And then
watch
decide.
Iolite getting closer, but like keeping
that
eyes
brave.
away, and her hand is going out, not quite touching. You don't feel any difference. You don't sense anything differently, except for Loria is like staring at you, like waiting for something to happen.
Should I touch it?
Don't look at it.
This doesn't feel like a me job.
Yes,
But
I don't know why
okay.
you're doing this.
Okay.
I
don't wanna
was
be your
trying to.
owner.
I wanted to press the button,
This doesn't
but I
feel like
rolled
a me
low
job,
and
but
froze.
Kai's not doing it, so I'm gonna
No.
close my eyes and take a deep breath and touch it
All right. You
before anyone talks me out of it.
If she disappears or gets pulled in, Eldon won't hesitate and he's gonna immediately run and jump into it. Before I even know the consequences. I'm just saying that now. So if we die, sorry.
Die
Exactly. You are vaporized. No, I'm just kidding. So you reach.
That would be
Reach your hand
horrifying
out.
for her to say that, knowing I just consigned my character.
Yeah.
And you are
No, let's
vaporized.
get to you, die.
And you all watch Therahtrix disappear into a little bit. So you reach your hand out, not looking. The rest of you, who are kind of looking but a little bit further back, see the water. The moment her finger touches the darkness, the swirl like speeds up very quickly and then becomes a mirror image of the room that you see behind you. Except
Kai has no reflection.
oh,
No,
It's
we
just
established
it's
he
just a
has
it's just a
one.
jacket and pants.
it's
Glasses,
dark.
even though that's Pat, not Kai.
But I would say you don't have dark vision, correct?
No.
Or do you with so Ayla, more specifically, looking through, you see all of you.
Oh, I thought it was up there.
You don't see all of you, as a matter of fact. You see a reflection of the room that you are in, but none of you are in it. And you, there's no water. And you also see that the arrows that have been pushed in, they are back to their original, like being flush with the wall, but they are facing the opposite way.
Is it because it's like mirrored? So is like the hall the opposite
Just
way, or
gonna
just the arrows?
do
are?
that.
Just
like-
the arrows are the opposite
Well,
way.
and there's no water.
And there's no water.
And if I push, do I go through,
You
or
do
do I
not.
meet a solid?
You meet a solid wall.
I turn around. Are the arrows any different?
The arrows are no different in the space that you are in right now.
Huh.
Kai, make a wisdom saving throw.
Nope. Natural one.
Nice. Ooh, stuck
Get
there.
it out of the way now.
Okay.
I'll take my hand off.
Mhm.
Does anything happen? Does it stay
Everything
like that?
has stayed exactly the same.
Stays the same,
Yep,
okay.
stays
Is
the
it
We
same.
still
don't
a
see
mirror?
ourselves.
You don't see yourselves in there, no. It is a mirrored image of the room that you are in. The humming, it
Maybe
was
we should have
very...
done this first before we flooded the room.
The humming was very loud as you were close.
This is gonna sound so silly. Can I turn towards the arrows and walk backwards towards the Mao mirror wall?
You absolutely can. You do turn back, and you stepping backwards, you hit the solid wall.
Figured
That's like
have-
that wall?
No.
Or
Or
it was
this where
turn
I
to
was.
face the
I
arrows.
faced
and
the arrows and I
Oh.
walked that way.
I'm going to.
I'm going to give you this one last thing to do. Give Kethra one more, and then we're going to make a roll. And what is going to... Well,
Roll, you dummies!
what's going to happen is it will determine how much time passes as you try to figure out what to do next.
Oh, no.
So, go ahead.
We got a day.
I got an hour. She's got an hour.
Yep.
He's got a rest of an undead life.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I'm going to not get closer, but I'm going to take Mage Hand, and I'm going to have them press where the arrows are on the mirrored image.
Okay.
You know what
Yep.
I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. The mage hand goes forward and tries to like press where you can see they are. There's no change to the arrows in the room that you can see. Kethra, what would you like to try to do?
Since nothing's worked, she's just gonna walk up to it and kind of like put her toe on it and see if anything happens. Because she's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But am I gonna get sucked in?
Are you looking at it?
Yes. She's gonna look at it, obviously.
You're gonna look at the portal.
She's gonna look down the portal and tap her toe, but she's gonna do one-eyed like this, like it makes a difference.
Okay.
And just kind of tap it. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I think that's a good thing. All right. That is a 10.
Okay. You kind of tap your foot in there. You feel the humming, and then you kind of look up, and you and Kai are both just sitting there staring at this. As you're lost, standing next to each other, Valoria is like, "Oh no." Her like muffled in the water, just staring at you all. Like, "Are we gonna die here?" Everyone make. I'm gonna have Kai and Kethra one more time try to make wisdom saving throws. The rest of you make intelligence saving throws.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Intelligence checks. Sorry, for the three of you. Sorry.
And wisdom saving throws for us.
I mean,
Wisdom
would've made a
saving
difference
throws for
for
the
me.
two of you.
That's good for me. That is 26.
26.
21.
21.
At least 13 intelligence. Both rolled
13.
The 9 this time.
9.
9.
Now you guys imagine.
All right.
No, this is
No,
just
before me and
Oh.
her had 19s. Now you guys have 9s.
9s.
You spend more time than you would like going through different things, like trying to snap Kai and Kethra out of whatever trance they are in. Valoria is like kind of pacing behind you, back and forth. There are moments where she's sitting just kind of like watching all of you, taking you all in, and
I chose the wrong group of idiots.
and then she begins, swimming a little bit back and forth, back and forth. She keeps looking over to the exit of the hallway. You can see her mind thinking. Therahtrix is doing his best to just kind of going back and forth and listening to whatever ideas that you have as you try to figure this out. 15, 20 minutes of just sitting here
Trying to see if the arrow's pushing any farther.
pressing the
Come out.
arrows, all manner of things. When Kai and Kethra, you kind of both come back to where you left yourselves, staring into this space. Which one of you rolled higher? You got a 26. Kethra, the humming, as you finally come back to yourself, your head kind of tilted a little bit. You have a moment of realization as a druid that although you are self-taught and taught hand in hand with someone who was a wizard, not really connected to like nature per se, but spent a lot of time trying to understand the weave and how it works. Your self-focus was on nature and understanding the elements and the animals around you that you could spend time with that weren't like the people in your village. The humming that you are sensing now as you come back, having spent all of this time kind of staring and allowing yourself to be a part of this portal, is not threatening. It's a humming that is beckoning you forward, and you feel a connection to it that is more comforting at this point after having spent all this time and understanding it. And with that, like, you blink a few times, you see like your companions in the water. It's a little difficult to make out some shapes as it's gotten dark in here, and there's like the little lights on the walls, but then you kind of look back at the portal and just float yourself forward, and you step through, and your feet hit the dry floor of the room in front of you, and you confidently like walk forward to the other side of the room, seeing the arrows pointing towards a wall, solid wall. Looking back, everyone else, you all kind of like, Kai, you come back and are looking and also feel that sense of like there's nothing threatening here. This was an invitation to move forward, although it always feels like you're trying to hold yourselves and have control over everything that you're trying to do. Sometimes it's okay to let yourself fail. And fail to push against something. Sometimes it's okay to just move forward. Let yourself get lost. And so you watch Kethra as she steps forward, walking up to the arrows that are now facing the wall in that direction, and just kind of looking back at Ayla, who you see floating in the water. With that face. Give me, what the fuck are you doing? That humming is coming from the arrows that are pointing, and so pressing each one in the order. The rumbling that you had kind of felt that has stayed this entire time just begins to fade, and you instead, as in the room you're in, it gets louder and louder, and then you watch the wall in the room that you are in pull away, and you see not in the room that the rest of their folks are in, but in your room, a wall breaks away, and there is a path forward, and the rest of you can see this happening within. And all you have to do, Kai, as you just like step easily in, is you have to let yourself, I would say Kai just kind of turn around and like, let yourself go. And you all need to allow yourselves to fade.
This is like in Hook when the kid's Lost Boys is telling him, just fly. He's like, you can't fly.
Valoria will push forward in front of the rest of you and then just stare into it.
Tell me she breaks her nose on it. She's way too hard-headed.
She stares at it, and hold on, let me roll my little. She's sitting there staring. Everyone else roll wisdom saves except for Kai and Kethra, who are on the other side, looking back at your companions as they all kind of like stare into it.
17 plus 1 for an 18.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to roll low.
14.
Right inside the wall.
6.
Ayla, you being the eldest out of everyone, you know how to let yourself go into like a meditative state, and you just kind of focus on, even though the portal is no longer swirling, just focusing on the edges, focusing on that, and you allow yourself to kind of step through. It takes more minutes, another 5 for the 3 left in the room to like finally calm yourselves to a point of like focusing in on that hum and letting yourself move through the space. You got what did you roll? A 13?
14.
14, 18. Iolite,
I'm alone, and they're like, no!
No, you go next.
Oh, I go
You
next.
want to
Okay.
get as close to
lower is
30.
better.
I didn't roll for
myself being
Therahtrix. Should I
last.
have?
Yeah, you can roll for Therahtrix as well.
Yeah, Ayla just remembered the yoga at the brewery.
No, he's gonna
Yeah.
-1. That's good.
This is like, okay.
7 -1. He rolled a 6.
Okay. You
Alright.
see him
Did
like
that correctly?
Wisdom save.
he's been very
Oh,
quiet.
you said wisdom, not intelligence.
Wisdom,
right?
yeah.
I'm sorry. 9.
Okay.
I thought it was an intelligence for some reason.
He makes eye contact with you, and in his
We
normal
just rolled an
way
intelligence before that, that's right.
of when he has come back very quietly, he just looks at you, and then you see him look at the portal, and within a few seconds, he's gone. And it takes about 30 seconds for you to like kind of come back to yourselves, and then like it's whew, and then stepping forward into the space. You are all.
I'm the last one.
No. I picture Eldon being there, and he's so in his head all the time, so much that he's kind of trying to focus on the humming. You can see Therahtrix on the other side. How would Eldon allow himself to let go? As the last
He
one.
wouldn't. He drowned.
Can he hear us from the other side of the wall? Or the other side of the portal, rather?
He can only hear the hum. He can
Damn.
see you all standing there. Valoria goes before Eldon as well, just looks up and is like, deep breath, and then she fades out for a second, and then when she comes back, she's just like, it's almost like it clicks. It makes sense, and she just steps in.
Therahtrix on the other side is just like, let go.
We're all like,
Therahtrix would be on the other side in front of everyone else, standing up in that meerkat kind of position, just staring. And he is, again, to reiterate, much bigger, notably bigger than he was when he left you an hour and a half ago. His body is shinier. He's, there's more of the little spines sticking up and webbing, like for swimming, I mean. His tail is longer. He's more lithe. And the way that he has carried himself, even in just these few minutes that you have seen him, he's not engaged really with any of you. He's just been very focused. And right now, his little, like, not ears, but his little, like, ear holes with the fins are sticking up to the sides, and he is focusing on Eldon. And you can't really feel the connection the way that you did, but it's not because it wasn't there. It's not because something about him has changed. It's because there's something about this barrier.
So he'll close his eyes and let the water. I'm assuming there's some sort of slight movement. His mind is going to go back to that terrible place in the last cavern where he was alone.
Yep.
He was alone forever, for an eternity, is what it felt like. And he'll, instead of letting that poison him, he's going to try, is why it's taken us so long, to almost be like peaceful. Like being alone in this moment isn't bad. He was alone at the keepers, even when he had his brothers and sisters and stuff, he always felt alone. And he felt alone until he found these people. But still, being alone, it's not the worst thing in the world. You're still alive, I suppose. So, doesn't make all that much sense probably to most, but to him it makes a certain amount of sense. But it's probably what takes him so damn long to get through that fucking wall.
He's kind of floating in the water, and the minutes are counting down, and it's dark behind. Like, it's a little bit brighter in the room that you are all in, because it's not filled with water, kind of muting all of the color and everything. And Therahtrix is just staring, and it's less of a connection with him, but it's not completely gone. And all Eldon hears is his voice that pushes through and says, "You are not alone." And then that, like, humming is able to push through. And he kind of not goes slack necessarily for the 30 seconds, but just that glaze that you all had on your eyes. And then with Therahtrix never breaking eye contact the whole time, and then finally coming back, and you feel it's natural to just step through, and foot hits the solid ground, water is dripping off of all of you, probably except for Kai. Not Kai. Prestidigitation. And you all step through and are staring at each other and looking through. You see a hallway leading out to the... Strangely enough, you still feel like you are in the exact same room, facing the exact same way, even though you are looking at a mirrored image. Nothing about the direction has changed. It makes no sense. But that is where we will take a break. We return to the Woven Fates after having stepped through the portal into...
This was like passing mints in school and class. The teacher's just trying to ignore it.
Into the mirrored room, dry, where the one that you came from had been filled with water from you touching the arrows embedded in the walls. Once Kethra stepped through and pressed the arrows in the opposite direction, facing the wall, a kind of secret door revealed itself, and you all focused, came through, and it is dry on this side.
Is that stairway to the eyeball?
Everything is still there. It's all dry. There's no water. And it's as if you were looking back into this portal at another place that is a fantasy.
If this was a movie, I just totally see this as an optical flip.
And so, what are you doing next?
We got a new hallway.
Yes, well, it is dry.
Amen to that.
Therahtrix, what are you eating when you disappear? Well, you are quite large now.
Therahtrix looks at you, looks down at himself. Unfortunately, I do not have any time to eat. I don't require any food as well. So the growth that you are seeing is simply organic in nature.
It happens very quickly.
Does it?
I mean, a week ago you were this big.
Therahtrix, how long did it feel like you were just gone?
Time is strange in general.
Get that right.
Really, it could be said that there is no such thing as time, and that only here and now matters. You can't really project into the future any factual basis, and once a moment has passed, you can't go back and relive it, and so I don't know.
You came back even more philosophical than
As I
before.
say, your son's spitting philosophy now.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
What do you do when you're there?
You see Therahtrix, he takes in that question for a moment, and then he looks over at Eldon and then back to you. I think that's a very private question.
That's fair.
It's complicated, and you might not understand, and I feel as though right now it appears there is, well, time is of the essence.
I plot.
We'll talk later.
Meatballs coming up.
No, it sounded like I was doing a shitty Kai impression.
Don't you wish? All right then.
Floria's like, let's go! someone else go first, not me.
Since we're not in the water, Kai will summon Bloodletter Shadow in a longsword form now.
Okay.
I'm glad to see your self-preservation seems to be kicking in.
You talking to Valoria?
Yeah.
I always want to stay alive.
Good.
I hope the same could be said for everyone.
We all want to stay alive too. Yes.
Awesome. Then I am
have
with
some
the right
questions
group.
about Kai, but
Most.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
so
the rest of us do.
that is a really cool trick. I haven't really seen anybody who can just like create a weapon out of nowhere.
I'm special.
I would say everyone here is special.
I would say,
It's eye contact with everyone.
and I would say we should get moving.
We do not know if water will come again.
Okay, let's go. And just just keeps walking. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
So you all continue through this hallway again. While this room is dry, you still do see that corruption throughout. Not the way that not as thick and heavy as it was at the entrance where you had first arrived, but it has been throughout the entire space. The heartbeat, the beating that you're hearing in the background is very loud and very present in this space.
Has the humming stopped? Like, was
humming-
it just like you said? It was an invitation, and now that we've accepted, it's over.
Yes, the humming has gone away.
Excuse me.
Everyone's fighting for their lives here. Their digestion.
So you come through and turn the corner, seeing down a long hallway, the same light that you had been given with the bubbles in the walls that have that very light blues and teals and greens all blending together to kind of give this underwater feel, despite the fact that it is dry here. You see, let's see, everybody can make a perception check as you're looking down this hallway. It's promising nose sounds emitting from the players. Let's go around.
9.
9.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
8.
Hard 20.
17.
17.
6.
6. All right. You know, Valoria will take a look as well. She's trying to be helpful.
Should I roll for Therahtrix? I can't remember if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, we got another
So was
dirty
it
20.
Perceptions.
I don't know why I just picture
intelligence or
her. She's
wisdom?
just like eyeing you. Like you asked a private question.
Oh,
He's less than me.
Not happy with me. So bury his little
Right.
locket.
he's not. No, his gaze and everything. He's not focused on Iolite. No, he's not. He's not paying attention to her.
Ask me what I
Therahtrix.
do in my room.
What do you do behind closed doors? What did you get?
That was that one.
Oh, that one. Okay.
For Therahtrix, yeah. So I guess he was looking at you.
So what you do see, for those of you who didn't roll shitty, you know who you are.
Thanks for not calling us all out.
I don't remember. It's gone. You see that this space does something similar to what you had seen in the submerged area of this temple, where further down the hall, it appears that there is broken space, like the intentionally carved straight lines break apart in further down, and you see what appears to be kind of shades of something, shadows down the hallway,
Moving shadows.
moving slowly, familiar.
Bullywuggy.
Bullywug. You come up to another hall that breaks off and heads into the, what did that be? The west. And I'll have everybody make a stealth check as you're trying to go quietly and not, I would assume, catch the attention of the probably undead bullywugs.
We're gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, that was worth it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use my inspired action too.
Okay.
That dead spider in my dice bag
It was
cursed me.
Curse upon this
It was a
game
bad
today.
thing. It was not a good thing.
Or it could be you're not using that good D20 that you rolled your
That's true.
first roll with.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It must be that.
I'm sure that's what it is.
The spider.
It
did not
must
touch
be the
that one.
dice. Superstitions being real. What we at?
15.
17.
13.
26 for me and a 10 for Therahtrix.
Okay.
5.
Does
yes.
marching order matter? Because I'd probably be in the front.
At this particular moment, not so much. Depending on what you decide to do, as you you all like as a group quietly make your way through here, and at the juncture where the other room opens and reveals itself, you see another small chamber. It is quite similar to the one where the people or the humanoid figures that were like up against the wall that tried to reach out and plead with you to find the seed. You see, once I get my notes, this room is that first area of the temple amplified in terms of the amount of ooze and black goo that is hanging on the ceiling, from the walls, all over the plant life in here. So although this room, the hallway had been very similar to the rest of the temple where it's kind of scattered, it's still there on the walls, but it wasn't as oppressive. The moment you turned and looked, it was like something exploded in this room and just covered everything in this space. You don't see any figures moving, but it is dark in there. There's no light. Luckily, you are not underwater this time, so like dark vision, looking in through Ayla, Kai, and I believe that's it. Therahtrix. You would see just rotted, dripping, oozing plant matter throughout this room.
Yum.
Make a perception check for those three. So Therahtrix, Kai, and Ayla. You can take a look as you would be able to see in the darkness.
– 14.
17.
Okay.
15.
Kai sees it first. The Therahtrix sees but does not say aloud as Kai sees it first. A soft glow that is underneath one of the piles of rotted matter in this room. You can't tell the color because it's dark, but deep inside in this semicircular alcove, there is a slight glow. But
You said it's covered by something?
Yeah, it's covered in that you can see just a little faint hint of this light, but in order to reach to see what it is, you would need to go in or you would need to move it somehow.
I can mage hand it.
Kai will start to walk in towards it to get an idea of it.
Don't get too close.
Don't touch anything.
Is the goo on the floor too?
It's everywhere, yeah. It's on the floor as well. Just throwing that out there.
If Kai is within 10 feet of it, could he use prestidigitation? Because I can use prestidigitation to clean any an object.
So you step into the room to get in within that distance, and you feel you stop momentarily as you enter. The smell in this room is very oppressive.
Oh, it must smell like rotten potatoes.
You have the ability to just
No,
be
that,
like, I
that
don't
is
want to
like
smell
the
this.
worst rotted plant matter smell is rotten
Worse than
potatoes.
like rotted pumpkin.
Yes. Oh, by far. You ever forget you had a bag of potatoes like stashed away under the thing, and like you go open it up and it's just like,
You're not wrong. Potatoes and watermelon,
horrible.
weirdly.
I don't think I've
as a
smelled
kid, I worked
rotted
at fruit
watermelon.
stands.
That's
Yeah.
pretty rough. That's pretty disgusting.
Whatever is that worst smell, hold on to it. That's what's going on in this room. And kind of moving your hand, or however Preston, his form of snap, you see
I told you it was his thing.
there's like a thick layer of this rotted plant matter, but you see that like any bits of I guess it would be thin bits of it come off of this object, and within the like nestled in this goo, you see a kind of corkscrew shaped oval item that's glowing. It is probably the size of your, like it will fit fully in your hand, and it is nestled in there, emitting this glow. And as you kind of step into the room and the light from behind starts to come in a little bit, all of you not blocking, there's like a little bit of like a lavender color to it.
You know Kai's gonna pick it up.
You're in the room? I thought it was at. I thought
No,
it was
he's
at
in the
the
room.
end of the room.
It is, but he's got to be within 10 feet to clear away the
Imagine
ground.
So he's
having
just.
to clean it
He's
off.
just.
I was gonna say, so
Well, it's kind of tricky because it's like cleaning, but also there's just like you're cleaning dirt off of you, but this is like piles of stuff, so kind of like pushing it away. You reach down and pull up. It makes this like nasty squelching noise. Like,
I literally have
suck
a
it out.
magical hand that floats that can do this, but he wants
It's
to walk
Kai.
into the danger room.
this is more its Pat.
Okay. The rest of you, I'm gonna have. While Kai is doing this, what is everyone else doing?
Oh, I'm watching him intently because that thing looks pretty.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk behind him, but I'm gonna pull out my runic dagger so I can see in the dark vision.
Okay.
So I can at least see what the hell's going on. What are you doing?
I'm being impulsive.
I noticed. Why?
I want to know what it is.
Yes, so do I, but Isla's got a magic hand. You just go stick your hand in the goo.
I didn't see her volunteering.
Well, you didn't ask any of us. Don't stick your hand in the damn goo.
Too late.
Duh.
I lean
Valor-
over to Valoria like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you he's the one that like we gotta really watch out for. He's,
Valoria's
he's the wild
like,
card.
Are they like together? Is this like, am I watching like a fight happen right now?
Well, they're like together. Well, I guess I wouldn't. We probably don't have the Bible, so in the biblical sense of together.
In the godly sense.
Iolite Valoria?
I would say you're having this conversation.
Okay,
they're
good.
together, but they've been like together, if you know what I mean. But I don't know if it's like if it's like
Is that like a Devenian thing? I know that they're both from Devenia.
like everyone fucks in Devenia. Probably,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Everyone
All right,
Man,
that
so
needs to
who's
be
in
on
Venya.
there too. Everyone fucks in the venue.
That's
gotta go on the board.
That's,
Everyone
the
fucks in
next
Venya.
T-shirt.
Devenia is for fuckers.
Like Virginia for lovers.
I love
I'll write that down.
We gotta get like
Devenia
the
for
shape
fuckers.
of the country of Devenia, and it says Devenia is
very
for
awkward
fuckers.
You could just like take it off the Virginia's for lovers thing with a little heart.
Little magnets. and
I
stuff.
mean, my family, or like my dad is, my grandfather and whatever, they're from Medea, and they have said that Devenia is full of fuckers, but I don't think that it was.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, I
though.
don't think it was that way.
Probably.
But okay, good to know that they're
Okay.
together.
Yes.
Yeah,
They got something going on.
they've got something going on. All right.
It's like a whole situationship.
I was gonna say you were really gonna have to explain fuck buddies to this girl.
I don't know if
She's
I
like
like
20.
She's 20.
Yeah.
I don't know.
knows?
Just go ask her. Go ask her.
Good point.
I think we have in our head that she's like a 14-year-old
No,
because she's like
20.
half
She's
the
our age.
Yeah, but she's even more sheltered than we were.
No, is she?
In
Is
some
she?
ways. I don't know. We're
She's a
pretty
mob
sheltered.
princess. Like she like not allowed to go adventuring, but like they're training her to fucking fight and shit. And
I don't think they're training
I'm sure
her to
she's
fuck,
got
though.
HBO.
I don't think they're training her to do that.
About some
though, so.
magazines.
Yeah.
Or some
I don't think they got like
internet.
Eleothis like freaking playboys laying around. So I don't think that's gonna like figure out her penthouse or some shit. So I
Yeah,
don't think she
that's-
knows much about that.
I'm sure
'cause
she's probably been doing some stuff on the side. And
She's got
maybe
the-
some
Or maybe this
henchmen
is
have disappeared.
She's
and
got the
gotten
dark
all
weave.
those-
maybe this is the reason why she wants to be an adventurer, because she hasn't found out that part of life yet.
Here they all fucking got it. What's Eldon doing?
He's waiting at the opening with a knocked arrow.
Okay, make a
You're the
perception
only
check.
one.
Yeah,
doing
everyone
it.
else
Shut up.
talking
Rest of us
shit,
are
talking.
fighting.
And I'm like, get it.
I want to see it.
13.
13. That's low enough that I am gonna make a roll. Can't read it.
See, I didn't roll for Therahtrix.
No, you're good. You see, you're keeping an eye out while you hear all this like chatter and whispering going on, and Therahtrix is just like.
He definitely has an ear up for what they're talking about.
Something's piqued his
Therahtrix
interest
wants
over there.
tea.
Yeah, they would be closer too. So, Kai, coming back to you, picking this up. How familiar would Kai be with sea life?
Well, he is formally educated, so he would have, I would say, a general knowledge. He is like proficient in all of Arcana, history, and like schooling wise. So I mean, he might not know like an exact name of something, but he probably has like the general idea. I think his only real specialty would be like dark undead things.
It's an undead
Fitting.
troglodyte.
I'm gonna say Kethra pulled up right next to you and is like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna say Kai can make a history check. Kethra, you can make a nature check. Not being formally educated in such a thing.
It's a natural 20
Oh.
for a total of 23.
23? 18.
Ooh.
The two of you come to this conclusion, not even saying it out loud. You hold on to this item and you like look at each other and then look at this like beautifully glowing seed. It is in the shape.
The seed.
It is in the shape of a
That's the walls.
shark.
Seed.
A shark. I forget if it's a tiger shark. A tiger shark egg, where it's
Oh,
like
those
that
corkscrew
oval
things.
shape, and it has the corkscrew on the around, and inside of it, the glow, that like lavender glow, is happening, and you see something that you can't quite make out is in there. It's like a dark shape that's within this egg seed.
Don't shake it. Yes, don't shake it. Don't shake it.
And
Fades. You're like, oh, fuck that up.
I don't know, but I think we should keep this. I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like an egg.
Or a seed.
Oh, it's glowing, so that usually means it's something.
I'll hang on to it.
Would you
Just
like to
don't
put
shake
it in
it.
the closet? I can move mangoes.
Not just yet. Just in case we may need it.
Do you want to stick it in my bag?
Kyle just put it in his jacket.
Ew. You're so into being clean that I didn't think you'd want to stick that in your
You can really
jacket.
easily clean it after.
All Kai has to do is that.
It's pretty clean. You've cleaned it up nice. It's just and it's solid. Like those things are pretty
Durable.
durable for what they are. It's pretty solid. Eldon back here looking and keeping watch. You just continue to see like the shifting of figures moving very slowly, not in any kind of video game like order or movement routine that you can kind of see. They're just moving randomly, but something out there is moving.
Yeah. You guys all done? I want to move on.
All right, I'm on my way.
All right, let's go.
You step back from this room. The smell is very intense. Looking around, now that you have this one that was glowing, you kind of look and see that there are what appear to be shattered or broken versions of that you have. There are a couple as you let the light, let your eyes adjust to the light or lack thereof in this room. You can see others that are like not as strongly glowing as this one, little bits that are faded. It's not the only one here, but in terms of like viability, it appears to be, this is the one that your eyes went to. If you wanted, you could probably grab others.
Kethra would grab one that was like almost most glowy one and just kind of stuff in her bag just in case we need it.
Oh, I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab one too.
Okay, you reach over and grab another one. The ones that you have, you like pull it over and look. It's more dirty than the one that Kai has prestidigitation.
Hey Kai, clean this. Hey Kai, can you clean this before I put it in my bag? Thank
And
you.
You both can see within, even though the glow is not as strong, little something's like barely moving inside. But you feel confident that you have 3 potentially viable seeds.
2
Or-
potentially.
No, you shake it, it glows stronger.
Glow stick?
Yeah.
I'm
Valoria.
gonna make an omelet when I get home.
Valoria looks over at you, Ayla, and is like, "What you got there?"
It appears to be a shark egg that glows, and it is not as lovely as the one that Kai found, but it has its own beauty,
There's a little baby in there.
perhaps.
Baby, what is the question?
Shark.
The TikTok sound, little baby, popped in my head as soon as you said that. I do not know why.
Baby in there. All right. You get yourselves all situated, and then peeking down the hallway, you can all see that there are there are shadows being cast from the glowing globules that are embedded in the wall, but then they disappear a bit. It's another similar situation where there was some kind of something that happened here a long time ago. Something crashed through. There's rubble. There's broken walls. Coming around, I'll have you make another stealth check as you are trying to approach and get a good view of the area that you are in.
It wasn't the die.
Oh,
It's definitely the dead spider.
All right, everyone. How'd we do? Well, let me roll for Valoria first.
Would you like a fresh, unspidered set?
You know, why not?
That's not great.
That's a good one. This one's nice. Can I use this one?
All right.
8.
Great.
14.
14.
23 for me, 10 for Therahtrix.
Okay.
12.
4. And we've got a 9.
Get ready to fight.
We've got a 9 full of Valoria. As you round the bend here, you do see, as I can move my mouse, another area that has been destroyed by something that came through. You see the floating bodies of the undead bullywugs. You notice that there is a full room here that has been...
You said floating. Are we? I thought we were
I'm sorry, I was still
dry.
picturing you
Oh.
in the water. You're right. They're not floating. They are walking, shifting. There are still the lights on the walls that are intentionally there, but on the sides where it was busted through by some event that happened in the past, there is no more light. There are several 3 or 4 in this space. They don't notice you quite yet, but they, like, as you entered the edge and the corner and trying to, like, peek around, you do notice that at least one of them just slowly turns in the direction that you're in. They're scattered. There's probably about 4 of them in this space that you can see. You've dealt with them in the past. You have a minute to plan. How would you like to deal with them this time?
Perhaps they can be distracted. I can make the ground shake over here, causing some debris to fall. They will turn, and we run past them, perhaps, from behind.
Either that or we hit them hard and fast. Overwhelm them.
Why attack when we can conserve what we have for whatever is coming up?
Because we might have to fight them on the way out.
What do you think, Kath?
I'm not a fighter, so...
I think we should take them all out.
Iolite?
I think it could be worth trying your plan to get them all in one place before we try to kill
Yeah, if
them.
you get them all in one place, make it a little easier for us to kill them.
Let's make sure that if we do, we keep our distance before they die.
Good call.
Very well. I will cause a tremor in the corner, and hopefully that will draw them in.
All right. How are you doing that? With what?
With thaumaturgy, I can make cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. And since this is an old place and it's already damaged and falling apart, if the ground is, a minor earthquake, it'll cause, debris and shit to shift and move.
I would say that will work over in the area where it was intentionally kind of broken.
Oh.
So if you want to cause it here, you would have the ability to kind of go around them this way. This is much more structurally sound than the area where whenever...
And they're clustered here pretty much?
They're in this whole area. They're
Okay.
in the whole room.
All right. Is
Yeah.
that good with everybody? Getting them in there?
And trying to go through.
Well,
Either
I think
way.
we want to kill them all together. Apparently.
Oh, you're trying to kill them in that space.
Just overwhelming force.
Okay. So you're not sneaking past. You're getting them all together. All right.
Can I help him?
Yes.
By
You're also going to do
I
thaumaturgy.
can cast minor illusion.
Okay.
I can cast anything that is in a, as long as it's no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
So.
All right. So
You make a little V.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. I was gonna make a little
Valoria.
Valoria, like a little image of her.
Okay.
It's like throw over there.
You two coordinate and like make eye contact. You casting your spell to make the area tremor and like some of the rocks fall from the broken in cavern. Meanwhile, a little Valoria is standing over there, just kind of, I don't know, popping.
Just
and,
popping and locking.
and Valoria looks over and she's like, "Oh."
Don't get too attached.
She already squeezed that bicep. Another squeezing's coming.
It's gonna be like a very silly version though, like a blah blah blah. That, you know what I mean?
Oh, she's still flattered. She's like,
Oh.
"Oh, I was chosen. I'm really part of the team."
While they're just before they do that, Kai will change Bloodletter's shadow into a longbow since we're trying to keep distance, and
Okay.
he'll just be like, "You mind?" Takes a couple arrows out
Okay.
of Eldon's quiver.
All right. So what we're gonna do? Oh, go ahead. Anyone
The
else
ones
doing anything?
he'll
Oh, you're gonna give me the fancy ones?
He's gonna give
I was just
him-
gonna take the regular.
he's gonna give him one
ones.
of the broadheads.
Okay.
One of them. So you get to roll an extra 1d6 on them. Are they armored or unarmored?
They are they're armored. They're armored, but it's rough. They.
Would they be considered armored or unarmored? Or
I'm gonna
unarmored?
say yes. They are considered armored.
All right, then instead I'd give him a bodkin arrow because I'm a +1 to attack against armored opponents.
Okay.
The broadheads don't work against armored opponents.
Cool. So is that +1 damage or attack?
It's to attack.
Cool.
So we're going to resolve this a little bit differently. Because as you kind of... All right, so the thaumaturgy happens. You've got the falling of the rocks. You see they turn very slowly and look over, and then they see, like, in the corner of Valoria.
Fogging.
I can't do it. I'm very impressed by anyone who can vogue, by the way. I watch those videos all day. So she's just like squatting down with the legs going.
Just doing the Russian dance.
No, I mean the Vogue one where they're like down, but somehow they like lift their legs up and then but there's no sound because it's a minor
Actually,
illusion.
they're undead, so can she do the Thriller dance?
They are all
We gotta
looking, and
learn
you
the
see
moves for that
them.
for this Halloween.
You see them start to shift over, and given, like 20, 30 seconds, they're all over there, and they're just kind of like, the tongues are lashing out at nothing. You see them in that space. You can take these folks out. You have done it in the past. You fought 4 before. You got hurt, so you didn't walk away unscathed, but this time you are taking precautions and using... you're using distance attacks and all of that.
Hey guys, it's our first ambush.
Yay!
You
Against mindless zombies.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere,
I was
man.
gonna say, you gotta start somewhere.
I'll say you can declare what you're doing. I'm not going to have you roll to hit because they're not expecting you. You're not going to miss them. You can like stand behind them and like, I mean, you don't want to get that close, but it will explode and hurt you if you do that. But basically saying like what you're doing, and we're not going to go through a whole hour-long thing to kill these 4 undead bullywugs that you've done before. So
That
we'll
was
start.
a fun sentence. Gotta kill these 4 undead bullywugs that you've done before.
We're going to start with Kethra because I believe you rolled the highest. Who was it? Was it you?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kethra.
I'm going to cast Moonbeam right on top of the little fuckers.
Okay. Go
That
ahead and
works
roll damage.
Inside underwater.
We're not underwater.
We're not underwater.
This temple
Oh,
is potentially
But you have to see
underwater.
the sky to go.
No,
No.
that's called lightning.
That's
Yeah.
called.
Oh.
So you can go ahead and roll for the damage on that. I'm just gonna pull up.
2d10.
Did you hear that?
No.
My jaw.
Eat a d10.
The hinge.
That happens all the
Kai, what are you doing?
So Kai is
12.
using Bloodletter Shadow that looks now like a silver longbow, except it has no string. But when he goes to knock the arrow, the black and purple energy from his Eldritch Blast actually forms the string.
All right, and you are using.
His extra. Oh, it doesn't do extra
No,
damage.
you get a plus.
Right?
You get a +1 because they're armed.
+1, but because I'm using Bloodletter Shadow, I do an extra d6 of radiant damage
Okay,
to them.
so you can go ahead and roll damage. How many times are you doing that?
I get 2 attacks.
You get 2. Okay. Eldon.
You take a knee and sink 2 arrows, one after the other.
Okay,
into
you
one.
can go ahead and roll damage on that. What's Ayla doing?
Oh, I get to do more than the distraction?
Yep.
Okay.
The distraction was like 30 seconds ago to get them all there. So
I will throw a firebolt because that is my only ranged cantrip.
firebolt. Is that what you said? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's gonna go to 1. You can roll damage on that, and then what's Iolite doing?
I would like to do Thunder Wave.
Okay. Which is like
It's a con save.
con save. All right. I'm gonna do 4 con saves and see how it goes.
And it should be a 15-foot cube, so it should get all of them. I think.
Yes, you'll get all of them. And what's the saving number?
14.
All right. You can go ahead and roll damage on that. And hold on. Okay. How much damage did you say you did?
12.
Okay.
First attack was 12, 6 of it being radiant.
Okay.
Second attack was 9, 4 of it being radiant.
All right. Eldon?
21 points of damage.
Oops. Okay.
9 fire damage.
All right. Okay, and Iolite.
6 thunder damage.
Okay. So, you all kind of... Valoria is actually going to kind of step back because there's a lot going on, and she would have to get sort of in front of you all to do this. And with you communicating the thunder wave, like, she's got a 10-foot reach, but that's a little close for what, you're going to do. So she stays back.
Like, sit back.
Yeah.
Sit back and watch.
She starts, like, practicing what the thing is, the illusion is doing. She's just, like, behind you all dancing. Fucking goddamn Kethra. All these, I'm trying to keep all these names. I'm like, Valoria, Kethra. Pick one of them. Kethra, you like pull the moon beam down from the ceiling, essentially. Who knows what's going on beyond there? But this light comes down. It envelops all of the bullywugs. They don't have a moment really to react before they're just like kind of confused as they don't really see you all. They hear whispering. They start to turn around. The light is enveloping them. It starts searing away at their flesh as you're like mumbling and keeping it in place. Kai, one right after another with the black string that only appears when the arrows are being fired. It sinks into one, sinks into another one. You watch between the light from the moonbeam and the two arrows, like one of them explodes into that necrotic energy, and it just like it's less elegant outside of the water. In the water, when they exploded and all those pieces came, it was almost like it floated in the air and just slowly came to rest at the bottom. This is more, there's like a popping sound. There's more like
Some pop balloons.
yeah, there's more
It's wet chunks.
yeah, like viscera to
Like the final scene in Jaws.
it was muted under the water. It
Instead
is
of like
not
a nice
so much.
mist, it's just
Yeah.
chunks.
And it explodes. Another one does. Arrows come flying out. Therahtrix is hanging off on the side, paying attention behind as well.
Some of that was thunder damage, so I don't know if that makes it extra splooty.
Yeah, there's just... when the heartbeats go off, you also hear poof, poof, and it's exploding. A firebolt goes streaking across, hits one of them. That one explodes.
Perfectly timed to that, like.
Iolite's like release of that thunder, their bodies go flying across. You see another one that explodes. There is one left standing. I am going to roll a d6.
It didn't take any damage from its exploding brethren all around it?
No, it's immune. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iolite, we are going to say that you're going to take some damage because I'm making it quick. There's 3 hit points left to this particular creature, given all of everything that has come. But it comes forward and its tongue is going to lash out. And you are going to take... You know what? I'm actually going to see if it
27 points of
No.
tongue
It
damage.
damage.
No, it didn't.
That's
get
an innuendo.
It's got a 15-foot reach, so it just kind of like turns around. The tongue comes out, and you will take.
Does that factor in that the thunder wave should have pushed it 10 feet away from?
It could only go so far.
Oh, because the wall.
yeah, the wall.
Rats.
Unfortunately, that was max damage on that. You are going to take 8 points of damage that it is able to slash you before you all just tear.
Can I, just because she's my friend, can I, being always next to her, just really quickly, like, cut the tongue off?
Mm-hmm. You cut the tongue, and we'll
The
say
rest of
that
us are like,
yeah.
Is that meme with, like, the dude who takes the 5,000 arrows?
And there's an explosion again of the body parts, and you're all standing like on the edges outside of the doorways that are still intact, looking at this just pile of bodies. Iolite feeling,
Should have seen that coming.
yeah, it came quickly. You kind of all got a little, in general, like cocky seeing them all explode, and like when the parts had finally fallen, there was still the one that just. What is that one? Their tongues are longer than you expected, but this space is done. It's cleared.
Is there anything worth grabbing in it? Like if we look around.
More leg bones.
Handful of goo.
Bullywug.
Lots of goo.
Handful of goo.
Yeah, in this space, I would say these particular creatures, they are. It depends on what you think is valuable. There's nothing of actual value, but there's.
That's what I meant. Like, in the
bones.
room, like
No,
Check
this
their
is
pockets.
just.
the looting, the looting of
Yeah,
the
no,
room.
there's nothing in here. It's just.
We need to
Gross.
fight living people. We need to infiltrate like a castle or something so that we can loot all the
Yeah,
bodies.
it's just a hope.
Yeah, you might be able to find some coin, but you guys have a lot of shit. You have a lot of magical shit on you,
Not enough.
and no.
Never enough.
No, we have to have so much that it's like a constant struggle to decide
I s-
what magic items we use.
I feel like you have quite a
have
bit.
one attunement. Oh, 2 attunement spots. Oh, no, never mind. That's not attuned. Now it is. That's not attuned. I have
You're
one
level
attunement.
6. How many attunement spots you guys need?
Hell yeah, one more attunement thing.
I'm gonna get higher than you can.
Give me something to attune to!
I don't know.
What am I supposed to give you at level 10?
Next campaign, I'm gonna play an artificer just so I can have extra attunement.
All right. So
I'll even take mundane shit. It's gonna be magic. I have a magical pen that I never use that like essentially will write out my diary for me in like Shakespearean perfection.
Where the fuck did you get that?
I don't even remember.
you got it from the spire of the tree that has the names on it.
Okay. I think I used it once. I'm like, I have that.
See what Eldon needs a journal.
It's my thing.
Fucking fun.
All right. So you feeling good for the most part about this area.
8
You
points of
just
tongue damage.
you kind of like turn the corner here after having cleared this out fairly quietly and succinctly. Like, yeah, there's the popping, but there's
And the
still
thunder.
Oh yeah, there was that thunder.
And the
How
moonbeam.
how fast? I didn't actually consider that. How loud is that? Is it 300 feet?
I think it might be 100 feet.
It's like a whisper of thunder.
Didn't think of that part.
I didn't think of that part. No.
A thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
Yeah, so it's like 300. Okay.
Whoops.
Fucking what?
Sorry.
All right.
You all,
And Therahtrix, right? Did thunder damage too, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
He wasn't
It's a
loud
little
about it.
bit.
He wasn't loud.
We'll blame Therahtrix.
It's like blaming the
So
dog when you fart.
here's what I'll say is go ahead and we're gonna give I'm gonna let it be a retro dexterity check to see if you can time your movements and verbal, like somatic everything to allow the thunder wave to have happened when
Can I give
in
her
line.
I'm gonna give her guidance. Guidance.
That was you were doing something.
I was doing something I can't.
Yeah, this is a
Never
retroactive.
mind, I tried.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying. Trying to help you.
This is a retro, like you were timing your thing to try to be in line with the heartbeat.
It just sounded like a really loud beat.
Yeah.
Hey. I forgot.
Dexterity.
18.
Nice.
I'm gonna say that you were able to. It was still louder than the beat that is happening in this space, but these are not intelligent creatures. These are undead creatures whose brains are non-functioning. So,
Just a heart Rhythm.
It was like a
Just
louder
eyes.
beat.
I just imagine that have eyes like Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, kind of. You could kind of picture like elsewhere if it was like a video game scan through the halls, like you saw like a few of the other ones, of which there are many. You were about to come
what was
across
that?
as they just kind of like turned a little bit, but didn't really move, like didn't move their bodies. With that said, you kind of all peek down this hallway. It is clear that further in, something must have culminated. It looks like the end of whatever battle had occurred in these halls long ago came to a conclusion down this area. Like, you can't see without dark vision perfectly, but because this is straight walls and light emanating from the intentionally carved walls, you do get a bit of an idea of broken rubble. You see other bullywugs that are just walking around slowly in this space. And another thing that, as you kind of let your ears tune into the space between the heartbeats, you can hear something talking, mumbling, like chanting almost, deeper in. And it's really difficult to make out from where you are. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from, but there's drips here and there of all the ambience in this area, the heartbeat, the dripping, the shuffling of the feet, and then beyond that, somewhere further in, there's like a gravelly voice talking. From what you can see down this hallway, there are probably another 4 to 6 bullywug undead that are blocking your path in some way.
Well, how tall is the
So
hallway?
this hallway that you've been in is probably only about 10, 12 feet. You can tell that it expands out, like whatever occurred in here broke up above as well. You just don't know how tall it is until you get there. But you've got enough space that like Therahtrix could come, if he had the ability, he could like go across the wall and come down, or you could walk on the ceiling. But once you get to that edge, you're not quite sure how smooth or intact it is.
What's lighting this room?
There are still those intentionally placed light blue, teal, green in the straight walls, the intentionally carved walls.
I could dim them, make our approach slightly more stealthy. So they're just meandering about.
They have no purpose. Some of them are just standing there, not moving. The eyes blinking every once in a while.
I suppose we could do that again. But there is someone else there. Can you hear it?
There's something there.
How many are there again?
There's 4 to 6 that you can see.
So roughly the same amount as there was in that other room.
Mm-hmm.
But the voice is definitely coming from over here somewhere.
It's coming from deeper in, and yeah, you can't quite see further in, but it's definitely coming from that direction.
So do we try and sneak by or overwhelm them again?
Do you think that'll work a second time?
They're not particularly smart.
No, but they also don't speak, and there is someone who is speaking.
That's a bridge to cross when we can see it.
We will most likely lose the element of surprise on whoever that is.
to sneak past these things. Not all of them. And if we see one of them that sees us and starts something, we're going to have to fight them all anyways.
We might as well do it when we have the advantage of surprise.
We don't have a great view of the room.
Is that like rubble on that corner or something? Like, is
It
that
looks like the
raised?
corner is like blown out.
Yeah, you haven't been able to see fully into the room, but it is like rubble.
And all those things are on this side here that we can see.
Yeah, they're kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We can perhaps sneak past. Same type of plan. Put an illusion where they can see, and I can shroud them in darkness. We go past, they cannot see us.
We still have to fight them on the way out.
If we have to come back this way on the way out. Or, if we are successful, they rest in peace.
What do you guys think? We gotta be quick about it.
If you think we can get by.
If we can get them in the one spot again.
He'll cast the little, little V. I'm calling it little V now because I can't remember her real name. Valoria?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the distance on that? How far away can you cast? 60 feet?
I will pull that right up.
Well, Eldon and Ayla.
It's 30 feet. Shit.
Okay. You both, if you want to do this, or one of
It'll
you.
be, it'll still be.
So where are we?
somewhere.
Are we?
You
Here?
are, about midway through the hallway. You would need to make another stealth check if you need to get closer to cast this.
Yeah,
If
I
you could, yeah.
I will. I'll get up
Okay.
to that corner and then I'll cast it over here. You
Sure.
said stealth check.
And what about thaumaturgy? Is that 30 feet as well?
This is magical darkness.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay. So you're just using the visual to try to distract them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Okay.
get them to look over.
And then the magical darkness is
Is 15 foot.
This is
It's a range of 60 feet.
Sure.
But it's a 15-foot circle.
Okay, so you're gonna have that.
15-foot circle or radius?
Radius. Radius sphere.
It's gonna be
So that's 30 feet across.
right. So it's gonna be like a decent amount of this room.
But as
So
long as
they're in the darkness?
they're in the darkness, they cannot see us.
I will
if we're in
say-
the darkness, we cannot see either.
Yes.
Okay, so they're in the darkness. We're on the
We're gonna go around the darkness. Like
Got
when
it.
I cast it, it'll look like a black smoky cloud that you cannot see through.
Eldon, as you step up, you are going to, coming up to this corner here, you see a very like broken and destroyed area. It leads into another room that appears to be not underwater, but definitely you would be wading into some water if you get into this room and then go down.
I will relay that to Therahtrix mentally to have him relay it to
Okay.
everybody else.
He turns to the rest of the group and relays, there's water further down. We may want to consider that given the unfortunate fact that water creates unwanted noise. If you would like, I can scout ahead as I can move more stealthily within.
Once we have these distracted.
Kethra. Iolite. You notice just very quickly, as you're all kind of discussing and talking and figuring this all out, you look back at Valoria and she does that thing where when you look back at someone and they had a different facial expression than the one that like they had, and they quickly like fix their face. That's all. She's standing there kind of watching you all do this. change. And as you're kind of discussing, and then like you do that, just quickly look over, there was some other expression on her face in this moment as she watched you all, and then she just kind of fixed it. She fixed that face, and she went back to like watching.
Kethra would call her out on it. What was that? What was that expression for?
What was what expression? She has like a big smile. She grins.
She was like, "Don't bullshit me. What was up? You all right?"
Yeah,
What?
I'm just, I'm just thinking that I am really glad to be with you all. And I'm a little bit nervous that I'm going to die right now because there's a lot of whatever these are. But there's nowhere else I would rather be than with all of you right now. And this had meant a lot to me. And she gets all like teary-eyed. It's just, I don't have any friends. And
We noticed.
and like, if I died right now, if I die right here, this is all I've ever wanted. And it would be okay. And you'd let my dad know, right?
Yeah.
That I was like really a part of the team.
If he lets us live long enough.
Do I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
$15.
I said, did you choke the life out of this girl yet?
Not yet.
What did I do?
I said, did you choke the life out of that girl yet?
Nope.
You like watching her face, watching her expression. There are real tears coming down. You haven't known her very long, but she's got she wipes them away. She does a big sniffle. With a 15, you've been in the Starlight Concert Hall for about 6 months. And you know bad acting and good acting. And you have come to understand what sincerity versus really good acting can be really hard to differentiate. And you don't know, because you don't know her very well. But she's either sincere or she's a very good actress. And it kind of comes down to, like, in this moment, looking at her reaction and where you are, whether or not Iolite would believe her is really kind of whether or not Iolite likes her enough to believe her, whether the scenario presents itself as one in which someone would have a reaction like this. But she is either a very good actress or being sincere.
Iolite's gonna put her hand on her shoulder. You've made it this far. This is what it's like. This is what it's all about. The moments like this. And we're gonna get out of it. We have to.
Well, I'm going to do my best, and just don't let my body stay down here, because that would be really the worst thing. Like, even if it's just like a piece of my body. Because my dad has a lot of money and he might be able to bring me back if I do die a horrible death. It's really a long shot, but my grandfather is very, very wealthy. And I know that there's this like resurrection that I've heard that really, really rich people can do. And I haven't seen my grandfather in a while, but I know that he has a lot of money, and I bet he would do that for me. And I'm just don't let me not have any, even a fingernail is like enough to make sure that happens. Okay, I just don't want to, like, I'm scared that it's gonna hurt if I were to get killed in here, and as long as you have like even a little piece of me, I'll be fine.
Suck it up, little lady. You'll be all right.
Somebody quick, cut off a finger.
Kethra will walk up
No,
there and just,
sure,
like,
yeah,
pull
yeah.
a lock of hair and be like, got it.
I just
No, I
picture
meant not,
you
like,
and I are over
preemptively.
here like
And just grab a lock
discussing the
hand.
plan
Gotcha.
of how to lure them and stuff, and then there's this whole thing going on behind us about we just hear like, just make sure you get a fingernail.
Ladies.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Will do. You know, just think about, you know, what you have to get back to and fight for that. You know, your dad and...
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be enough, honestly. I, don't have anything.
Well, I have something I need to get back to. And I can't do that without you. Because if you don't come back with us, even if it's your fingernail or something we bring back, your dad's going to kill all of us. So, I'm going to do my best.
No, you're right. He probably would. I mean, he wouldn't do it. He would have someone else do it, but yeah. I'll keep myself as safe as possible.
I would appreciate that.
But I can help. So if it just, you know, I'm fine. I'm going to be fine.
Just
And then you'll
survive
be
out of
fine.
spite. You'll be all right.
Chin up. Or that.
Survive out of spite, honey. You'll be all right.
Some of us have something to live for, and some of us are just too stubborn to die.
And some of us don't give a shit.
All right, well, I mean, I'm going to protect you, and you'll see.
So she rambles when
Go team.
she's nervous.
Are we already back there?
I think so. Are we done?
You good?
Yeah, just go
is
with
it.
that.
This
Just
is
go.
it.
It's
Step
fine.
it up
I'll
your
be
upper lip.
fine.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna be.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be fine. So
Like
it's all right.
Stepping up your upper lip.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
I've got my shit together. Go ahead.
Yeah, good, because we got shit to do. Let's go. Suck it up. Suck it up.
So the plan is.
So when I cast that illusion, it is going to be a Valoria, but instead of dancing, it's going to be just ugly crying.
No, she needs to get their attention.
Kim
It doesn't make.
Chaos,
It doesn't
Yes.
make
That's
a.
very intentional.
It doesn't make a sound, so it needs to be waving its arms around it.
Like this.
Very dramatic.
Falling to her
Overly
knees.
dramatic.
Okay, so you're casting that, and then waiting for them to come over and
Yeah, well, I'll center it.
like
on
once
her,
they're
but
in
I
the
wanna
darkness.
make sure that
There's
like,
enough space
we
for
can
you. Yeah.
go around.
Okay. Yep, you can do that. So I'm gonna need that one stealth roll from the two of you, just to make sure that everything kind of hinges on the chaos from the dice.
Use the thing.
Yeah.
Use the thing.
Use the ding.
Let's describe this. Let's
That
describe
was better.
this.
That was better. The first one was a 4. This was a...
All right, so Eldon, stepping up and getting ready. Your first one was a 4. How did you inspire yourself to not have a 4?
I was wondering when you were going to get back to that.
What?
Like
asking
actually
for
having us like
No,
describe
you
that
should do it
because
every time,
there's so many
but-
times where we're like,
I know. You should do it every time, but I'm going to call you out.
When you just throw it, it's more you're just being spiteful.
That is my inspiration, spite. That
Trying
is
to
my
be nice,
inspiration.
but in this particular case, where like your whole plan really hinges on
every
things
time
working
someone
out.
uses it, I just wait a couple seconds. I go, oh, she's not doing that anymore.
No, I'm doing it.
Well, now she's gonna do it.
He...
So what
I
happens to
wasn't-
turn the 4 into whatever you got?
He starts to slip and then catches himself. Like he does.
You can
like,
do
one
better
of
than
those
that.
like, where he does that like one of those like trips, and then like
And he's proud of the catch.
yeah no and then like he and then he like looks back,
Ninja
like,
master.
Did I like see that?
Oh, okay. So here's what happens then. You have a little slip. You do the yes. You go look back. Did Iolite see that? And Therahtrix is right there looking at you. But he sees you not looking for him.
You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to hurt my feelings.
He sees you as like he's right there, like ready and waiting, and your eyes are like
he didn't come with me.
No, but he's only right there.
He's always watching.
What did you roll the second time?
12 plus 7 was
Okay, much
19.
There you go. So Theratrix is there. He's got his little like smile on his face. He sees, and your eyes are roaming, and you look at Iolite.
She's not even fucking looking at me. She's talking to this other girl.
Well, that conversation got all set. So I would say with Iolite's passive, and you see, and there's a like, yeah, you did it.
It's like I caught myself. I didn't get us all killed.
Therahtrix had that smile, and then he looks back at Iolite, and he looks at you. There's no expression change on his face. He just kind of ducks himself down and gets himself into a ready position for what comes next.
He watches you sleep. I guarantee you. Like this turned into a Chucky thing.
And is it whisper? Is it somatic to do, or is it verbal to? I mean, with a 19, you don't have to worry. It isn't
somatic and material.
Okay, so you don't even have to say anything. You just kind of move your toe in a little circle.
What? I didn't even hear what you said.
I said move your toe in a little circle, just like on the ground, like. And then there she is, popping and crying and whatever. You wait a few seconds. You rolled a 19. So as Eldon is able to kind of step back, I don't think you need to continue doing it. Just is there and it's doing its thing. You give it a few seconds and you see one of them kind of turns, because there's no sound that accompanies this, so it takes a little bit. But one of them's like looks over, starts shuffling over. The other ones, that the noise that one is making start to shuffle over, and once you see them all against there, like again hacking and lashing at this non-existent humanoid, you're able to cast your darkness. What is that? Is that a once per day type thing?
I think it's a once per long rest type thing.
Okay. Yeah, basically once per day.
Yeah.
Okay. So the darkness like fills that space, and it is dark from ceiling to floor. In this particular area, that was once a room, and it was a kind of a square room. You can see that whatever happened broke through, completely trashed this hallway that once existed. You see just the little faint bits of those globules of light that are in the remaining pieces of wall. With that, the darkness, like you still hear this like slashing and clanging against the stone as they're like continuing for a couple more seconds. It's just like it hasn't caught up to them that they can't see anything. And then it starts to go quiet. But while that is happening, you also notice, so I will expand upon, there were others like lingering. So you waited long enough, there's probably another 5 hanging out. You start to see Eldon and Ayla. You would have noticed that there were fewer, and now it is starting to become more thick with dead bodies, undead. Some of them, the bodies are moving and they're zombies. Others, there are just like fallen on the side, and like there's a combination of creatures you have to worry about and ones that have like not quite made it. Therahtrix is going to slide across and then mentally communicate what he sees. Just need a stealth check from him to do that. As he slides into the water.
+1.
Oh no.
It's a 4.
Okay.
4. Sorry, I don't know if I said that into my hand or
No,
out loud.
Therahtrix disappears into the water. And you hear him in your mind, and he's saying, like, I've entered into a dark pool. There are no creatures in this pool. I see stairs ahead of me. There is light coming, and I can hear the sound of someone speaking in a language I don't understand. And then he peeks his head up.
On our side or the...
On the other side. And you hear him say, Eldon, I'm sorry. I've been spotted. And basically he's been able to communicate to you that he sees stairs that lead up into some other space. Right now you all can get past the black darkness. Here, let me add a little spot so that you can see where the darkness is. Darkness is.
Charlie Murphy!
It's gonna be like right about there is all dark. Everyone go ahead and make stealth checks. You could do it with advantage because what we're focusing on is the sound, but they cannot see you. So.
Oh, thank God. I'm keeping this one. It's a nat 20.
Nice.
Nat 30, actually.
All right, going around, we've got Valoria with a 15.
14.
14.
20.
17.
21.
Nat 20 for 22.
What? All right. So,
We are like the wind.
yes, hugging against the walls and understanding that now time is of the essence as Eldon lets you all know that Therahtrix got seen. You walk through the crumbled rubble and then sploosh down into the water there. Not so much worried.
You said sploosh. They all just went,
Sploosh.
Not so much necessarily worried about these creatures as they would have to try to like get out of this darkness, probably pushing against each other and falling over. And maybe you've gone far enough that they're not necessarily able to hear you that well. You coming up, like it is about waist deep, a little bit higher for Valoria, and you converge in this circular area. Therahtrix is like right on the top of the stairs, and he's just stopped and is looking into the room. You hear the moment that you entered this space where the hallway was directly in front of you, that pulsing sound echoed and became so much louder. It is coming from this room. Right now you can't quite see. You can hear someone's voice inside. You hear a like crackly, gravelly, kind of feminine sounding voice. Can see some shadows moving. You can tell that the light is being shifted by the movement of bodies. And you hear this voice that just says, "We have visitors. Don't dally. Come in."
Oh, that's comforting.
And then it keeps talking and saying things. It's like almost trying different languages. But you note that like you don't understand, or any of what it is trying to say does not sound familiar to any of you. Do any of you speak like Underdark or Undercommon type? No. Okay. It's almost like a flowing language that's very tonal and soothing in a way, but then when she converts back to common, her voice gets back into this, "I see you." And Therahtrix just turns and looks at all of you like, his little teeth. "I apologize."
Well, they probably knew we were coming anyways.
Are you doing anything to prepare?
I just wanted to say above the table, since we weren't going to attack them, Kai would have changed Bloodletter Shadow back to a longsword as
Okay.
opposed to the bow.
Yep. All right. Okay. You all kind of ascend the stairs. It's nice to get out of the water, but now you're stepping up into an area where this sound is so loud, and the smell that's coming from this open area, it's like it's got a similar smell to that rotting line of matter that you had seen out in the wilderness, but more in that instead of it just being plant rot, it feels and kind of smells like a mixture. It's not just how that one room was like an explosion of plant matter. This is a combo. And you step into this grand central chamber. I will delete it or erase it so that you can see this heavy, like oppressive energy that begins like pressing against your chest as you enter. Miasma of decay and usurped life. In stark contrast to the desolation that you have traversed, this room pulsates with a malignant vitality. I'm just going to move it so that you all can see better.
That's always good.
Always
Malignant
good.
vitality. That's always good.
At its heart lies the once vibrant Dryad's core. It's now ensnared in this thicket of dark, writhing tendrils that are like milking its essence. You can see the energy that's being pulled and then traveling along, funneling it towards this grotesque form of a bullywug that has been she's much larger than the ones that you have seen. She has more pustules, and she is this darker green. She is kind of like sitting next to it, but attached to this beating heart. She has this like slick, mottled skin, and it's glistening with like that dark corruption that has been throughout this whole temple. Her eyes they're like a light with this kind of feverish glow as she looks at you all approaching. And behind her, although it has disappeared from my map, there is a portal. And you watch as it just slowly like vomits forth another undead. Of course, all I can picture is fucking Ace Ventura coming out of a fucking
And
comes out
that's what it is.
and it comes through
It's
you.
pretty perfect.
And throughout this room, you can hear this like croaking of other undead bullywugs that are scattered throughout. They are not moving to ascend upon you. They are just standing and like turned and looked as you entered, and they have these little croaks that they're doing under their breath. The air. Oh, I thought you were asking something.
Oh, no.
The air is thick with this mildew and rot smell, and you feel that the stone beneath your feet is slick with the residue of dark rituals. And as this Bullywug Queen gazes upon you all, you see her mouth like it just curls into this big grin, and that like flat face with the long teeth that are jutting out and up.
She's a beaut, huh?
Gorgeous. So I'm going to mark where you see the pulsating heart very quickly. I'm going to do that in purple, we'll say.
I mean, you don't have a physical heart that you're going to put on the
I
screen.
don't.
Oh, disappointing.
I know.
So disappointing.
I even had like a picture, and then when I went back into this thing, apparently I didn't save, and it was gone. So that was annoying. But we're going to go with a heart here. Where are you? I didn't want it to be purple. I wanted it to be red. So there is a heart kind of in this spot here. Pretty decent size. The portal that is spewing forth slowly, though. Like it's something that even as you look at it, you can tell it hasn't been. She hasn't been grabbing these undead bullywugs 15 at a time. That takes a little bit of time for them to come out, but that is back here against the northern wall. And you all, well, she is standing. I'm going to use the little portal. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this one. That one's fun.
What did she get?
As she stands here, looking at all of you from behind, there are five broken pillars here. You do see water splashed throughout this room. It's all dark water. The heart pulsating, and then every time it pulls into her body, and she just smiles at all of you. To what do I owe this pleasure? Have you come to worship at my feet? New subjects in this beautiful plane.
Not exactly. We would like you to stop, please.
He's gonna schmooze her.
She has a laugh that like cuts through your body. It's just like that deep. I can't even do it. It's like when you talk real low, and it is that gravelly laugh. It echoes through this room, and she says, why would I do that? This is the perfect place for me. The perfect place for me to set up a new empire.
No. I believe this place is already occupied. Perhaps you could find a different plane of existence. One that suits your needs a little better. Someplace mossier and wetter.
The
perhaps.
Dryad's whispers have faded. Only my croaks command here. It is no longer occupied.
That was the equivalent of when somebody knocks on a bathroom stall and you go, "Hey, occupado!" Nope, someone's in here.
So you are not here to bend a knee to my greatness.
That's a no.
Well then,
What she said.
what further need do I have for speaking with you? The heart of this grove now beats for me.
We shall see about that.
She just looks, her mouth opening up slightly, and you hear a little bit of a croak that starts resonating out from her. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, we're getting right into this. Ooh.
Pulling a race stance, and I was trying to talk her out of it.
Yeah, I don't think
It was worth a shot. Worth a shot.
That's really bad.
That's a 13. Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
That's too loud. This music is really difficult to gather. Okay, so
The heart is beating faster.
I'm gonna actually use my inspiration, and I did such a poor roll there that I get angry at myself.
Huh? For initiative?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Yeah, it's the first time we've
I'm
used it.
useless, giving you I'm rolling a 6. I'm useless at supporting you in this endeavor.
That
So
inspired you to do better.
I think of my mother in her infinite wisdom and skill, and I know that I can do better than that.
Okay.
I better do better than that. Slightly better.
Still better. Still better.
You see multiple creatures in this room. Some of them that look very similar to what you've already dealt with. I need actually everybody to go ahead and put where you are.
The ones that we've seen in here, the undead ones, or the ones...
The ones that you've encountered so far throughout this whole place.
Were the
You
ones
see
that we saw
those.
on the shoreline, they were a little bit more put together than the ones we're fighting here, right?
Yep, they were more put together. And then as she just kind of like croaks slowly, you see they kind of snap to attention. But
Therahtrix.
Hmm?
I have a Therahtrix.
Where's Therahtrix?
Therahtrix is... Yep, Therahtrix is...
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, Nix has never been happier to not be a part of anything.
I don't know where you want to put yourself.
I don't know where I want to put myself either.
I'm gonna say, Eldon, the Therahtrix is...
He split. He's like, I don't want to... You didn't look at me.
Like, peace out.
It just makes me think of that, which Thor movie, which one was? Oh, shit. Oh, he's bigger. He's a bigger one. He's a bigger baby.
Therahtrix is going to be from now on considered medium, but does not, until you reach the technical level, you can't ride him yet. His stats won't change. He is just going to be medium and no longer small.
Oh, wow.
Where's little V? Oh, there she is. Never mind.
There. Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to pass him over, but I'm like, battle.
All right, I have to arrange my sticky note here so that I can actually do this. Use my spit. All right. What you do also see, which we've got a we're going to pull together. Oh man. Okay. Out from this, you watched a larger creature come. There's another bullywug that's over in the corner here, and then you watch one of them. These ceilings are...
Those aren't bullywugs.
These are all bullywugs.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of bullywugs.
You
That's a
watch
lot.
one of them, like, crouches down on all fours and then hops onto the wall and starts climbing quickly across the wall towards you. Okay, I have a lot to roll here. We're gonna go with...
What?
Oh, okay. All right. Is and we've got, oh, she did not roll great. She did not roll great. Sorry everyone, I should have rolled initiative beforehand for these baddies. Okay. All right, 0 to 5. Okay. Sorry, I did not. Oh, her hers. Okay. 6 to 10.
7.
7.
All right. Who's got the higher dex?
14 decks.
Also 14.
All right. We got rollies. 3.
Fucking hop right out.
6.
Oh, wow. Both of them really bad, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights.
All right. 11 to 15.
13.
13.
Oh.
Hey!
All right. What's
get
the
the
dex
higher dex?
going?
2.
I'm looking. Sorry. I can't even find anything.
+2.
Oh, rollies.
Oh, weird.
We got rollies again.
8.
8.
Oh,
Double rollies.
Double rolling.
Rollies. Unprecedented.
20.
Oh, yeah!
Okay.
all right, Kethra.
May the best man win.
Isla.
Or woman in this case.
And
No, that was a new for the table.
16 to
That's the first
20.
time. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
There you go.
That's good.
Okay, and then what'd you get?
22.
22. Okay. Eldon, you are at the top of the round as you see multiple things going on at once, like assessing. Is this the order you are in? Okay. You see the creature. She's kind of ducked herself behind a pillar there. I'm actually gonna go grab a couple pillars so that you all know.
Oh, she's behind a pillar?
Yes.
I thought she was this big bad
Oh, she
bully,
is.
big bad bullywug.
No, she's hiding.
I have little pillars, but I don't have them enough.
Do we want to take out the little guys first?
No.
Back there.
We can take out the boss.
Thought so, but can't see.
Izzy, about how big is the room? Like ceiling and
The ceilings in this room are about, we're going to go with 30 feet up. This is definitely like, it's been taken over by this creature, but it was a space of like reverence and probably where the dryad spent most of her time living her normal life.
What size creature is this bullywug?
Large.
Did you say the dryad's in the room, having the life sucked out of her?
No, it's her heart.
Oh, the heart of the
Yeah.
dryad. Got it.
Making sure that I can see her. You know, like when you get down on a pool table.
gotta get that right angle.
Yep.
All right, folks, we're building it on the fly. Small pillar. We've got 2 other pillars. I don't have enough. Okay. All right. So, Eldon, yeah, about 30. We're gonna go with 30-foot ceilings.
I can see the bullywug from where I'm at. It seems.
You can see her. She is covered by a lot, so it's gonna be really difficult to hit her.
Is there anywhere can I move out to get a better look?
Oh yeah, you could get into the room, and
I'm gonna fuck up this fight that I
I'm gonna die.
okay.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Did you change the
aka
camera to
Keeper's
Battle View?
Eye.
I've had it up the whole time.
Battle
Hunter's Mark. Yeah, please feel free to take the photo.
Here.
Do you have it with you? Okay.
Sorry. Just realized.
Action photo. Action. Blurry action photo.
Sorry, I'm just trying to-
Hunter's marked. Ooh. Okay.
And I'm gonna do what I do. I hit it with an arrow, or try. Anyways.
Okay.
11 plus 9. That's dirty 20.
That does not hit.
Oh shit. Okay.
20 didn't hit.
20 didn't hit.
She is still like you can see her. She's still got cover, some cover.
Oh,
here.
I thought you said that I could see her from where
Well,
I was at. Like, 'cause
yeah,
I
so
moved
you can see her, but she's still blocking in the way. There's still a little bit of cover there. You'd have to get further in and get like a solid
Can I
angle.
that way?
Oh yeah. I'd say a little bit more. Because she's large. She's got like her whole base here. Well, it's not showing.
I don't know how much of a fucking room. I was here. So
Yep.
5, and that would be 10.
Nope, 5. Oh yeah, you have to move through your friends. 5, 10.
35. Fucking, I'll just move up here then. I thought I could see her before, which is why I did that first shot.
Yeah, she's got her body.
I can see her
blocked.
fully now?
Yes. We'll take that roll that you already did. You already rolled to hit her, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to be on.
No, it's fine. If you would have moved there.
I would have had not
Yeah.
known that she
Yep.
had some type of extra cover, which is why I went to the room in the first place.
Yes. All right. So a 21 is gonna hit.
Yeah, that was a 20.
Or
Just a
20. Sorry. Yep, that hits.
All right, so that was with a. Is she? I should have asked this before. I assume she's not armored. That was my assumption. But
She is not armored.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So I have the arrow. I have Hunter's Mark. I have Therahtrix, and I have the extra arrow.
Okay.
Liquid arrow. Okay, so this looks. That's a 6 with the thing on the bottom. 2 6s. That's 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. Plus 5. 25 points of damage. 4 of that is thunder damage, if that matters at all.
Okay. You let an arrow loose in her direction. It hits into her body, and she is in the middle of this croak, and she goes, and looks at you. Okay.
And again, except I don't get that this time. No. 7 plus 9, that is 16?
That does not hit. So the second arrow, you see her kind of duck behind that pillar that she's in, and it slides past, knocking off the one right behind her. And then you can hear her continue to do this strange croaking noise behind, and all of the creatures in the room shift to look at, well, Eldon at the moment. Anything else? Is Therahtrix doing anything?
No.
Okay.
He can, nope, because I used my bonus action already for Hunter's Mark, so.
Okay. Therahtrix begins like readying. He's looking around at the area to see where he will do best. It is the Bullywug's turns. They are shifting slowly. You see these. They actually are all going to shift.
Right here.
I think that's a good foresight right there, yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hit the thing.
Just remember to grab his fingernail.
I mean, you guys can stay crowded up in the hallway if you want.
It's going this way next to you.
They're swarming.
They are. This is gonna try to climb up. That's gonna actually no, it can jump. They jump. They're frogs. It's gonna jump right up here, and it can't get
Jesus
further.
Christ.
This is actually on the
One,
edge
two,
there.
yeah.
Hold on, let me kind of
Somebody
move this.
get a picture of that.
Let me just move. Let me just move this.
Like that meme
Map
with
so that it's in line
the white
with-
girl on the couch. I knew somebody would get that one.
Hold on, let me just move this slightly. So it's a little bit better in line. Okay, that makes more sense. Shift everything over slightly here. I need to get a bigger pillar for her. Okay. Alright, you're good now. So. And then this one is gonna jump up. That was. And it can't. It's gonna just be able to get right All right, we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, a 15-foot to try to do their tongue lashing at you.
At
And
least I got all the attention on me, so you guys can do
Yeah,
stuff.
for creating a distraction.
so we've got
Another bug?
Oh, stink bug.
That's a big one.
hey, stink bug.
So it's a skinny one.
The one from behind, its tongue is going to lash out 15 feet in your direction to try to get ya. And that is a 19 to hit.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs, okay.
I'll just use my reaction for
Use your
you.
reaction to silvery
Why did
barbs.
you
There.
just get s-
But
so bitter?
I'm gonna use it for you.
11. So the tongue goes lashing out. What does Ayla do to silvery barbs?
It has to be a frog pun. Come on.
It's not a thing you say, I don't think.
Pretty sure it's verbal.
Oh, is it?
I think.
Frog titties!
Okay. The tongue
And it's like,
looking for him, and it kind of
To be fair,
Goes
we all
past-
looked at you when you said it.
goes past your face and misses you.
you now have advantage.
Oh, shit.
Oh. This next one.
Now you're fucked, because I can't do it again.
Is that until on my next attack, or is it just until my next turn?
Let me double check.
In the meantime, these two are going to attack you.
On your next attack, roll ability check or saving throw. That you within the next minute.
Oh, okay, cool.
A 19 and a 20 to hit you with their
That both hits.
swords.
Swarbs.
Where are my fucking dice at?
Been clenching my fucking jaw. Like all from last week.
You take 8 points of slashing damage from them as the tongue attempted to get you but then misses.
No tongue damage here.
No tongue damage there, no.
Must be nice.
Okay, we
So many
have...
tongue puns I want to say, but I'm not saying them. Like so many
You
things.
see others that are crawling forward. All of the rest of you in the hallway see everything starting to descend upon Eldon. Ayla.
One. Try not to block camera.
Let me get a bigger face for her.
You know what I was thinking of when I looked over at Iolite and Therahtrix was right there. That clip that you sent
Sorry.
on the
I was like getting
Discord
confused counting so
of
many things.
Thor getting in the way.
Pull up.
Hey, bring that back.
Hey, where's you going?
I
Bring that
gotta
back.
give her a bigger base so that I can tell how much space she's taking up. And
She a big bitch.
she's a large.
Large Marge.
Thickums. She had thickums.
Yep.
She's a tricky thicky.
Let me get some. What are you looking to do? Because she's still in that spot. She hasn't moved.
I am going to cast slow, and it's gonna get her, him, and him.
Okay.
Nice.
Everyone
It
except for me?
is-
Yeah, I would choose not to get you.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't want to be slowed.
No, I know I don't. I'm saying that, like, I didn't realize you could choose.
So what is that? Slow is
So-
it's a 20-foot. How big of a radius? and-
It's 40-foot radius.
Okay.
So I just did the math about 500 times during this turn, and then still had to use my fingers. But where I'm looking at casting it is the spot, I guess, essentially here.
Okay.
Like he would get caught too, but I can only pick 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
We'll have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Wisdom
Of
saving
15.
throw.
How smart can frogs be? You
One,
know,
two,
they got
three,
teeny little
4,
little
5 for them.
brains.
And I mean they're undead
Vision's
as well,
based
so
on
I'm sure
movement.
their wisdom.
Like in real life.
True.
Yeah.
We should have been able to kill these things if we just didn't move at all. Just stood there.
You should be able to blow
What's
on them and kill
the
them.
15.
All right, we got 1 natural 20,
Fuck you.
1 19.
Fuck you. You're Zombie frogs.
And then 3 that are that fail. Sorry. So we're gonna go with.
Did the queenie fail?
I haven't rolled for her yet.
Oh.
So these 3 are slowed. This one. This one.
Can they take reactions if they're slowed?
This.
No.
All right, and then the queen. She feels the energy coming through the hallway at her. She. You said, sorry, it was wisdom?
Yeah.
Fails as well. Nice. All right, so she is also slowed.
I just imagine her wearing like a little queen crown. Like one of those
a
like
tiny
puffy-
one that like,
like a
Me
puffy,
too, me too. I picture a little tiny
like a little
crown.
puffy,
Especially on that mini.
purple or you know what I mean.
So now those
She's a little
4
scepter.
have a -2 to their AC and their dexterity saving throws. They can't use reactions.
Okay.
On their turn, they can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Yep.
And then, creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting action time of 1 action. Roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If
Gotcha.
it can't, the spell is wasted.
Okay.
And they can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of each of their turns
Okay.
to beat it.
Perfect. All right, are you moving?
I want to get out of this chamber. I probably shouldn't. You know what? I'm gonna let the fighters do their thing. I go right there. Just take a step back, and I just run past Kai. And go.
The look that she just kind of, she was like,
I mean,
Cowards.
well, no, I'm just you're backing up into a room where there were a bunch of zombies that you cast darkness on. So.
Oh, that darkness is gone now.
shit.
You're right.
Like, I'm gonna stay over here. Now.
30.
Okay.
good places to go
Didn't have to
in
go
this
that
chamber.
Kethra. You watch several of them that were already moving very slow, just like really slow down as they're heading towards Eldon.
Fun. All right. Trying to think of where I want to put it. All right. So, can you grab my Kethra? I can't reach her. Thank you. I'm going to, before I wild shape, I'm going to conjure animals, and I'm going to conjure 2 dire wolves right here, and I'm going to be the bear over here, right about there.
Nice.
Amazing.
All right. And before I wild shape, I'm like, kill them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a bonus action. If it's not too late. If it's too late, then fuck it.
I'll give it to you.
Because this might help him.
This might help him.
I'm going to use a bardic inspiration and do a mantle of inspiration. So on 4 of us, I'm going to grant 8 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And you can... Part of why I'm doing this is that you can immediately use your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm gonna do you, me, wherever the fuck Kethra is,
The bear.
She's the bear.
and I'll say I'll do it while I was here before I moved, and so I'll do it to Kai because he's right behind me.
So we get eight
So,
temporaries.
yeah. So I'm giving
Alright.
myself 8 temporaries.
And I can, you said I
I'm in
can
the fray at this
I
point.
can move up to my speed.
It says you can I'll reread
Read
it
it
just to make sure.
into the mic.
Each creature can immediately use its reaction
Into
to
the
move
mic.
up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So yes.
Oh, so
Your reaction.
Each
Right
one of
now,
us-
shit, that's
each
a
one
good
of us
fucking-
Okay.
that's
can
fucking
use their
awesome.
reaction. Meaning
That
you
changes-
can get out of there.
Yeah, that changes stuff. Okay. I'm definitely gonna do that.
It says immediately use their reaction right now.
This
Or can use their reaction.
each creature can immediately use its reaction.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. That's
Ooh.
quite
Damn.
a couple of spells you just cast there. Wow.
Mantle of Inspiration, just to confirm, is
Is a bard class feature, not
Okay.
a spell, not a
Perfect.
slotted spell.
Amazing.
Only got one more bardic inspiration left.
So that like is used in place of one?
10.
Like instead of giving someone a die.
Yeah,
Jump in my head, huh?
It's
like how
double
sorcerers
movement to
can
get through
use
your friend.
sorcery points to like
Oh, it
enhance
is
their
double
magic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
What if I were
bardic
just to walk
inspiration to
To
do
do
Oh, that's
cool
fine.
stuff.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
Good thing's not walking on my head this time.
She was
Appreciate
trying
it.
to get you on that. She was like, "Gotcha, bitch." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll walk on the wall."
30.
To climb up there, so that is stairs. So you kind of have to. It's double movement there too. That's what I did with the bullywugs.
I can just like walk up the wall.
Yeah, because you gotta.
So then I have 35.
Wall's
so
fine.
I'm
Stairs,
at
meh, too much. Too much for a guy.
25,
Very slippy.
35 to get to the
Yeah,
top right there.
Eldon, where are you going?
So far away.
And these here are how high are those?
So it would be. It's probably 5 feet. Like it's not a big deal, but you have to climb up. It's
No, if I'm going down.
it's still 10. It's still rough terrain, mechanically.
So like 5,
10, 15.
15.
Yep.
20, 25, 30.
That would be as far as you can go. I'll let you get down there.
Oh yeah, because that right
Yeah.
there would be 10 feet also.
Yeah.
I have
You
30
don't have to-
feet,
you don't have to
35
use
feet.
Okay,
I don't even have
perfect.
some movement
You're good.
there.
You did it.
No, you're not the bear yet because this is still technically. So this is before you would have turned into the bear. But if you wanted to move, you can.
No, I'm good. I'm ready to bite something in the ass. It's all right.
You can move on your.
Yeah, this is actually.
This is still your turn. Yeah. Everyone's just fucking with your turn. So you can move 40 feet. So one thing with your large bodies, it's going to be rough terrain for you to try to squeeze in between. So see where Ayla went? There's a wall there. So it's technically only a 5-foot spot. So if you want to get where Ayla is, you need to have enough space. There's a
take that
platform here.
I think just gonna kind of like lodge
I'm gonna
myself right up their
the
asses.
wall.
Wedged
Okay.
up.
I'm gonna lodge myself right up
Thaumaturgy
the
myself
bullywug's
the wall
butts.
color.
Technically, you can get like right here,
That works.
and they'll be on these squares.
Close I can get up their asses. I'll be good.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anyone? Anyone on Kethra's turn want to go?
Can I react?
Sure, anybody wants to. Go
I
ahead.
just want to do
A
something.
lot going on there.
All right.
Going on there.
Oh, I gotta change up my mini.
Um.
I'm using my stand around mini.
Oh, I haven't mailed your. I'm mailed. Glued.
Glued.
How did I use the word mailed?
Of course. Well, I guess I'll have to use my backup fighting.
Yeah, for backup
It's
fighting.
my turn. I'm
Not the one
gonna
of him firing an arrow, but one of him
hold on,
grabbing an
Dad.
arrow. Oh.
All right.
Since I'm right here,
Do it.
That looks like my new
I'm gonna
Do
hand
it.
you that just because in case you want.
Thanks.
It is.
I'm going outside.
All right. So it is now the queen's turn. She is going to. She like hisses in this space that she's in here. And she is going to turn her body, her head slightly to the portal that's behind her. And at the end of Kethra's turn, she is summoning 3 more.
Ugh. It's very crowded in here.
These are boo-wugs.
Does it take a round for her voice to travel in slow motion to the
No,
portal?
This is the legendary action. So these are 3 more bullywugs. I don't have any more. They'll all come up here. And now on her turn.
Woo.
Oops. Careful, don't fall on trip on that.
What movement Julie just made when she was walking out, but it reminded. You guys remember the? Is it Starburst? Berries and cream, berries and cream.
Dude.
I'm
Yeah,
a little
the
boy that
berries
loves
and
berries and cream.
That just randomly came up on like fucking TikTok yesterday. Like out of
He does
nowhere.
it again. He just waits. Berries and cream. I'm a little boy that loves berries and cream. Did Julie do her attacks or no?
No, she used her action to cast
summon
conjure, and then bonus action to transform.
Can she attack?
You
Once she well shapes.
Only if she has an action.
you watch as this beating heart, as she turned her head and whispered something to allow 3 more of these creatures to come in through the portal, and they like tore their way in, unlike what you had seen with the first one. You also watch as that energy just like pulses through this tendril and into her. And you can almost see like little bits of her skin kind of popping back into place. And she is going to she begins to cast something, and her movement is what, halved?
Speed is halved. Yep.
She drops down and is like precariously hovering between. Oh no, she would be down here. She's like kind of holding on, and you can see her quite easily, Ayla, but the rest of you, she's kind of like dropped down into this onto the second platform and is like hanging on. But she has started
Sorry,
casting something.
He knocked that over, so just watch out for the.
All good.
Um,
I felt the hook and I was like, ooh, stop before I take everything down.
all right, we've got.
I think you also get to make a save for the
Oh, yes,
slow.
I do. Thanks, I get to make a save. And I said that in my head, I'm like, make that save, and I did not do it. You're 15,
Yes.
and it's con? Wisdom? 14.
Hit her. She's got a -2 to AC.
You know what?
Hit her quickly!
She's remembering something. She just thought of
I
something.
am remembering something. Thank you so much, Grem, for that auto success that you gave me so long ago that I've been holding on to, and this is a
Grem,
boss
you dead to
battle.
us.
I got 2 more of those.
Don't say it. Don't say it to her.
So I can't counter
Boss
that.
battle.
She's the DM. She can just
So-
conjure up auto successes when she feels like it.
So she is going to come out from that slow.
Sorry, it's at the end of her turn, though.
It's at the end of her turn.
So it means she lost whatever spell she was casting. Maybe.
I don't know if that's how that works. Okay, we've got, next up is Kai.
So Kai will. I think 30 feet, 5, 15, 25. Yes. So I will Hexblade's Curse.
I'll just mark it down.
Got a lot of
that a third.
She had a lot of had a lot of wreaths around her head, huh, didn't she?
The slow one off.
Oh yes, the
Oh,
slow
yeah.
one can go away. It's a magical effect. Yeah.
Alright, so that's done. And I will take use Eldritch Blast on the Bullywug Queen.
Okay.
That is natural 19, total of 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
Nice.
And what is it? Alright, so that is 3 and another 3, so that's 8 points of force damage.
Okay.
Oh, I am dumb. That was a natural 19, which means
A crit.
it's a crit.
There you go.
So let me roll. So that was a 2 and a 5, which would be 7. So 7 plus 6, 13 points of force damage.
All right.
And second blast. You know what?
I do have the grid on there, so you can just count.
I know.
We're gonna
I'm
just
thinking
use
and planning. I need
all the
double.
things up as he goes to shoot it again. The inspiration comes from he just saw that really messed up scene there with the heart beating and those things coming out. So he's gonna hunker down and really go for it. So that would be a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. So that is 10 points of force damage.
Okay, you see it slam into her body. She just kind of like looks in the direction where the blasts are coming from, and you hear that like croaky, weird laugh that she does.
And I will move up and attempt to get maybe some partial cover from the column like she was.
Okay. Iolite.
These are stairs, right? This is not like a wall. Or is it a wall?
Those are walls. It's like a 5 foot up, so you'd kind of have to climb over. I'm calling it difficult terrain
Okay.
to get up.
And then she's like perched on it?
She's like, yeah, kind of like precariously hanging off of it because she's so big.
Spencer doing like the, you know how when you were a kid in a pool, everyone kept pretending there was Spider-Man by hanging onto the side and like putting their feet on the wall.
Yes, oh my god.
There's like some weird like universal
Random shit.
But you know what I mean though,
I
right?
do know
Like,
exactly
did
what
the
you
same-
mean.
There's universal experiences that.
From that spot?
I think so.
You can see her.
Okay.
She's yeah, no, she's bigger than the bullywug in front of her who has not yet gone.
Okay. I'm gonna try, which I haven't in a while, to use my shard to amplify, because this is a bad scene. So,
No, not the stair part. The other part is like.
roll a d20, and if I need 11 or higher, I can cast it up a level. That is a nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Is that like double amplifier or something fun?
I don't know, does probably not.
Max level.
So that was a level 2, so it's gonna be a level.
I will say for flavor, Ayla, you would see this. Kethra, not so much. Valoria, I don't know exactly where she is.
She's
That moved
behind
over.
Therahtrix.
You glow tremendously in this moment. Like whatever you are pulling forth that comes from the shard, it is not able to be contained within behind whatever you are wearing. It is like pouring. The light is pouring out of your wherever the cracks are in the neck. It's just like very bright. You notice it, but in this moment, there's other things to be worried about. You can kind of feel the heat.
All right. This is so I'm doing guiding bolt level 2, but at level 3.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my 20 that Grem gave me
Okay.
for a nat 20.
Dude,
Nat
like
20.
this game.
Graham,
Yes.
you
To
still there?
hit. So that is
Still there in the chat, my friend?
1, 2, 3.
I gotta erase that from my notes.
6. Oh, there's
Huh?
a lot of low numbers. 6.
Get rid of my
17 points of radiant damage.
17. Okay.
There's a lot of 2s in ones, unfortunately.
Those two is all that up.
They do. That's true.
To 17.
Yeah, it goes streaking across. She is now illuminated. The next attack against her has advantage.
And then bonus action, I'll do Starry Form. Take a shot at her.
Okay.
So does your shot has advantage from your
Yes.
guiding?
It does? Oh, cool.
Yep. Yeah, the
Set
next
myself
attack.
up
Yep.
nicely
Has
there, didn't I?
advantage. Yeah. And Valoria is just back there kind of watching everyone, her eyes wide.
22.
22 hits, yes.
Nice.
Another 6 points of radiant damage.
I know.
It's like a metronome.
Okay. All right.
And I already used all my movement, so
Okay.
that's
She's
it for
swaying
me.
too? Yeah.
This side of the table,
Forward.
we're dancing.
Pat, you're in AC Slater mode over there.
Oh yeah.
You're
This
in a
is how
chair.
you can tell. This is how you
That is the
can
best
tell
way to describe it ever.
when I'm
Thank you.
anxious. The ADD, like I have to turn the chair around so I don't start bouncing the
You
table.
can like hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Because
As-
Garrett, his knee
Oh
is
yeah,
moving
my,
a mile
my
a
knee
minute
has
right now.
not stopped.
Like if I have my arm on his knee, this gives you an idea.
At the end of your turn, she's gonna drop herself down.
That's what it looks like, Julie, on the camera.
No.
That's what it looks
Come
like.
on, that's why they're tuning in. It looks dirty, you know.
With that salt shaker.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
All right. It is
So wait,
now.
did she do something?
Yep. At the end of her turn, she dropped herself down, and you see her kind of like crouched down. There's still these like thick, veiny kind of attachments to the heart in the center of the room. But we are going to go to these additional bullywugs that she had summoned that had already been in the room, actually. And we're going to start with this one. You see a bullywug. It's a little bit thinner than the others. It's a little bit thinner than the others, and it kind of...
The fucking sound from Angry Beaver. That show.
Bringing it all back. This one is going to slink forward. Knock over a fucking pillar.
I know, it's late, so we're getting silly.
I just said that to him, like anything after 8:30, we progressively start getting sillier. And I've noticed a pattern, and I love it though.
And you see this one, it kind of like takes a deep breath, and then it just goes, "Ah!" And it's going to start screaming. And I need Ayla and Iolite and Kethra to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, sorry, Kai as well.
Kai?
I am going to use one of my D20s that
I'm doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
I have one left.
I have one D20 left. I'm going to use mine because otherwise I'm fucked.
You, sorry. 16? You all, oh, what did you get?
15.
Sorry, 15. All right. You all feel this scream like permeate, it like digs into your ears, and you feel your hearts racing and beating faster as you look over trying to figure out the source of this like little tiny thing that's standing next to you. You feel yourself wanting to pull away and pull back, but then are able to just like steel yourselves against this.
That was close.
That was
Actually,
very
I would have been
close.
fine with running away. I think I wasted a D20.
We've got this one up on the wall is going to launch itself. It just turns, jumps, lands right next to you, behind you, Eldon, and it is going to slash at you. Okay.
Oh yeah.
How close was that?
I wasn't
Was that
peeing.
within
I
5 feet of the
Yeah,
direwolf?
she did.
Did she get an opportunity, attack of opportunity?
I was peeing.
Yeah, she would get an attack of opportunity. For the dire wolf
I
would get
think
one.
the dire wolves, their turn got skipped last round too.
Do they get to attack immediately after you summon them?
I think they roll initiative.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. They'll be able to go next because we didn't roll them on here. If you want to roll their initiative.
Does it get an attack of opportunity?
It
though,
does.
Since that one just...
One for each.
I think no,
Six.
yeah, they both count as the
So
same.
you get to
Six.
roll...
Plus whatever their dex is for the wolf.
Tell her, Izzy said she can roll our attack of opportunity because it left the space.
And then you can.
They got an 8 in their initiative.
for their
Yes.
And then you can roll attack of opportunity.
I don't get to add +7 to my roll sheet. No.
Well, it's for the wolf.
13 dex, right?
No, I think it's their attack. Whatever
Their
their
attack
attack
is-
is.
Can't see it. 2d6 +3.
It's going to be an 18 to hit
Plus
Eldon.
Yes.
So 18 to hit.
That hits. All right, 18 to hit you. The
I'll put the
dire wolf like snaps at it and snaps onto a leg, but it just breaks.
D6 plus 3.
Now just imagine, remember from the first episode of The Walking Dead when the first show came out, and it was like that, like zombie that was crawling around the ground.
the one, the bike one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 12 points.
God, that first season was so good. But I just imagine that's what the house are doing now with like one leg.
Okay. Sorry, make a note. We've got 11 points of slashing damage.
That was to me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You are also knocked prone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yikes.
And because it hit and you were knocked prone, it gets to make another attack on you.
The fuck?
You did say you were gonna get fucked up.
It's a fair point. But
Hey, we
I
got you
didn't
out
think
of
it
the
could happen
gangbang.
this soon, though.
We got you out of the gangbang.
25 to hit.
yeah.
Yeah, that was very defeated. Yeah.
Yeah, that
8 more points of, well, this is a bite, actually. It's like it slashes you, you fall, and then you see its mouth just come down, and it's very, like, jagged, weird frog teeth. Bites down. That's that one. The next one we have is this one back here. You watch it kind of lumber forward. I'll give kudos to anybody who can figure out what my inspiration for these creatures was. We'll see if you can figure it out here. It is going to... by the way, this is a heart you cannot see past. By the way, I don't have a mini, but I'll get something for it next time. It's going to... Eldon, you're closest. You are all the way back there. It climbs up. This one can jump too, can't it? I don't have it as being able to jump. 5, 10. You see it turn its body. And it is going to, like...
Oh,
and
Jesus.
all this bile comes out of it.
Really?
You need to make a dexterity saving
I
throw.
believe I
Exorcist.
failed, or do I have
I
disadvantage?
think you have
on it?
disadvantage because you're not incapacitated.
Yeah,
What,
it
a
just gave
bloater
access.
from The Last of Us?
No.
I
Slimer.
might use my the one that she gave me, the nat 20. I'm gonna do that.
Everybody's
Because
just
Okay.
burning through them.
You like
There's no fucking
pull
way
out,
that
it's
I'm gonna-
almost like it somehow it spatters everywhere except for on you, and you hear the sizzling of the acid as it's eating into.
Thank you, Graham. Don't give him to her anymore. Look at what we're trying to do.
And that is the end of its turn. And then we have
It's so funny because some
Valoria.
people had like nat 20s that Graham gave them like a while ago. I had
had
one.
one
I think I
for
got it
like
like was it
6
last
6
week?
months ago, I
or
think
something.
mine
I
was like
think I
6
got one
months old.
last
Yeah.
week, and I think it was last week, and I was like, nope.
I got mine today.
Fuck
I
no,
remember
shit.
it's gone already.
So that was mine wasn't that
I was gonna
old.
say,
Mine
you
was
got
only
me
a couple
beat
weeks
then.
old from my smart ass mouth.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna turn around, swim back home.
I do not want to be an adventurer anymore.
Valoria is going to. She moves up like just behind the bear, and she is going to. She takes her whip and the one that's in front of, or kind of in between the direwolf and the bear. She is like ah, and she's going to use her whip to attack that creature.
Now's your chance. Prove yourself.
That's a natural one.
Oh,
It's fitting.
He's fucking terrified.
Kidding. It snaps in the air next to the
You
head.
see how it is. You use your natural 20 for the other.
I only had the one.
Fuck little V, right?
Let's see. Okay. Her scream like echoes that crack from the whip, and we take a pause here as the battle continues.
Man, I
And
gotta have
it
to
is
remember what
looking-
my next move was for next week because I already have it planned out.